Hello? Buenos dias, it's me, the guy. Let's give you video so you can see what game we're playing. This is day 3 of Tangle Tower. It feels like I've been playing this game forever, but it's only been 3 days. Well, this is the 3rd. Let's get into it. I had gotten everybody's witness statements, and I believe at this point all I was doing was questioning everybody. We still have Percy Pointer to question. Then we have to go and confront Poppy. And we also have to confront Fitz. Confronting them with information that seems relevante. And then I think this thing here is where you go to talk about your conclusions. We also haven't come up with anything to confront Penelope with. Oh no, wait, we did. We did confront Penelope. Besides from that, there was only one clue that I think I'm missing. But it's probably going to be revealed. Like, you can see here that there's 2 slots. I have part of a solution to a puzzle. It's actually in here, isn't it? No, it's not. I can't remember where I got part of the solution, but there's part of a solution to a puzzle. And I haven't found the puzzle that corresponds with it yet. So that leads me to believe there's another item. So it's quite possible that I'm missing another item on this list. I would like to obviously find all clues, but I don't think there's much chance of me doing that without a guide. Let me actually have a quick look around. I'm not in any rush to finish the game.
We already solved it.
Yeah, we solved this. This was the other half of the photo. Or third of the photo. We still have the puzzle where there's an eyeball on the floor of Poppy's room, and there's also an eyeball on the floor of the other room.
A single red. How very.
Yeah, weird.
Was it the briefcase?
Anything in there?
Bed sheets.
That's not even remotely suspicious. Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
Traveling cases.
Empty. All of them.
Yeah, I think that was it.
That bed. It's like something else.
It's not coming from the bed.
Yeah. Where did we get this thing? It was like a periodic table, so maybe it was this room? Maybe it was Fifi's room.
What's that big book on the desk?
Looks like something Fifi's been writing.
Is it a clue?
I hope not. It's just a bunch of notes about her microbiology experiments.
We already solved it.
Yeah. How am I so bad at remembering things? There was definitely another, like, puzzle. I even wrote down, like, the possible solution. It was the thing that had, like, the pie symbol and a bunch of other stuff.
Sure, why not?
The search for the archive is downright poetic.
Sorry for skipping the dialogue, but...
Is that...
Of sorts.
Oh yeah, there was a snow globe.
Hey, look, it's a model. What are you thinking?
That would make an amazing...
I kind of trailed off at the end of my sentence there. I can't even remember what I was saying. I got distracted. Let's just question Percy, and maybe it'll come back up. But there was definitely somebody's room had like a backwards 3, a W, an O, a pi symbol. It had a lot of symbols, and it looked like it was going to be a code to help you crack something, but it wasn't similar to anything else we've seen in the game. Alright, let's keep asking questions.
What do you want me to say? He's the gardener.
He's a member of the family.
Yeah, but not the Pointer family.
What happened to his parents, do you know?
His father, Flint, is Felix's brother. Strange man. Don't think anybody knows what happened to him, but he certainly doesn't live here anymore.
What about his mother?
Emily? I've not met her. She never actually married into the fellow family. Her relationship with Flint was, it was short-lived. I don't especially want to talk about myself. Introspection often leads to vanity.
Wait, does it?
Why don't we discuss the moons of Jupiter instead?
I'm not sure if we have time. Aren't there like 10 of them?
83.
Yeah, we don't have time.
What the fuck? There's 83 moons on... oh, well, not on Jupiter, but orbiting it.
Ah, Penelope,
Wow.
our resident ornithologist.
Penny's your niece, is that right?
At this moment in time, until she marries the gardener.
She'll still be your niece.
But she'll depart from the world of the Pointers and join the Fellows. Like rats deserting a sinking ship.
Huh. So Fitz took his father's name even though his mother and father weren't actually married. That's interesting.
What do you want me to say?
That is interesting. Hold on here. Yeah. Technically he could be an Everstone or a Fellow, but I guess he took his dad's name. Alright.
My Poppy, my pride and joy. Exceptionally talented pianist from a young age. She... Hold on. Why is she on your list of suspects?
Because she's a suspect.
She's a suspect.
Oh no, I
Dumbass.
can personally vouch for her innocence. She never...
Come on.
Well, the truth is, she loved Freya very dearly.
If you don't mind me asking, what happened to Poppy's mother?
Primrose? She was Flora's sister, a Remington by birth. The playing field has never really been even since she left.
Where did she go?
Away.
Oh.
She went away.
Didn't she... We know that Flora became really distant at some point in the last 2 or 3 years when some kind of tragedy happened. We also know that Poppy in the last 2 or 3 years stopped hanging around with Freya and Fifi and kind of broke that bridge between the Fellows and the Pointers. And I assume as well, since there's no marriage between the Pointers and the Fellows other than the marriage between, oh god, fuck, I'm fucking this up. But other than between Felix and Flora, right? Oh no, no. No, never mind. Never mind. Felix and Percy are brothers? Dude, I'm fucking this up. Never mind. But something happened that made Poppy change her style and also like broke apart the dynamic between the people and made Flora like extra quiet. And I'm assuming that that's something to do with Poppy's mother.
So which one is Tangle Tower?
What's that?
There are 2 towers, right? Flora's tower and your astronomy tower.
Neither? Truly, I have no idea. You'd have to ask Flora.
She named the house?
The whole thing is a result of her squabbling with her family.
With Felix, you mean? Her husband?
No, her brother and sister, and her father. The Remington family was a rather tumultuous little unit, you see. I don't think Flora has spoken with any of them in over a decade. Where on earth did you find that?
It was in a bush outside. I think someone threw it away.
How peculiar. I find that painting to be in rather bad taste.
Oh yeah?
The knife with real blood on it? The whole thing is rather vulgar.
So Percy still thinks it's a knife, which
Pointer
screams
property
innocence,
originally
right?
Purloined by the Fellows. Typical. I haven't seen that tape for a long time. Who broke it?
No idea.
Ah, well, possessions are fleeting, my friends.
Oh shit! I've been assuming that this tape was given by Poppy to Freya because it's pink. But the gramophone has a rose on the side of it. And I'm beginning to think that a rose is like a symbol of Poppy's mother. So maybe it was Poppy's mother that gave that tape to Freya. And maybe Poppy just like copies the style of her mother. This could be complete rambling. It probably is.
Here's
It
a
probably
thought.
is.
Do you suppose the paintbrush could be the murder weapon? After all, it was found at the scene, right next to Freya's body.
I guess it's possible.
Is this important?
Possibly.
Curious little thing, isn't it? Do you know what she keeps in there?
Nothing. At the moment. It was empty when we opened it.
How bizarre.
Can't a woman keep an empty egg in her room?
Why did she get offended?
Fitz seems rather keen to grow things like this in his greenhouse, doesn't he?
What's wrong with that?
Well, you can't eat it. Makes you wonder why he bothers at all. Oh, you found a murder weapon?
Steady on. It's just a gardening trowel.
Looks like a weapon to me. Poppy's two closest friends. Freya looks so innocent there. A diary can be a wonderful outlet for an outpouring of one's soul.
How do you know it's a diary?
I suppose I don't, but it does look like a diary.
So, we found some research. What's up with this golden beetle? Is this something you're studying?
I can't help you, I'm afraid. I think it must be something left behind by a previous inhabitant of Tangle Tower. I'm not the first scientist to ever walk these halls, you know.
Well, it wasn't in the halls. It was in your astronomy tower.
Could Poppy's mother have actually been a scientist? I was kind of going along with the theory that the people who are scientists and the people who are like creatives have like some weird dynamic, but I don't know. I couldn't come to heads or tails with it because it's not like every fellow is a musician or every like, you know. There's no like connection between like, I don't know how to put this. It's not like everybody that's a fellow is into cultural things like artifacts and painting and music, and then everybody who's a pointer is into like hard science stuff like, I don't know, microbiology, insects, astronomy or whatever, right? Like it's not like that, so I couldn't make heads or tails of it.
What kind of flower is that?
We're not sure.
I think they just all
it might
have
be the only
hobbies.
one of its
That's
kind.
it.
Primrose would know. My wife was a floriculturist. Best in the field.
Oh.
That's a flower joke, but she was.
Interesting.
Well now, that is most definitely none of my business. Quite possibly none of yours either. Curious creature, isn't it? Some sort of amphibious
It's
bipedal
boggy.
fish man.
Playing a trumpet.
Playing a trumpet, yes. Oh my. This is the first piece that Primrose ever learnt on the piano. Primrose, that is Poppy's mother. She passed it down to Poppy when she started teaching her how to play.
Poppy's piano teacher was her mother?
Of course. Warms my heart to know that after everything, Poppy still has it up on her wall. What a precious photograph. She hasn't changed a bit, has she?
Yes, she has.
If you don't know, perhaps I don't either.
What the fuck? Why does nobody want to say that that's Poppy?
This is supposed to be Felix, is it?
I think so.
I see he's afforded himself considerable artistic license. This looks a little rushed, even by Felix's standards.
At least he tried.
Yes, I suppose it's good for the old fellow to have a hobby. Keeps his mind from decaying, you know. That's rather a small cage for 3 birds, isn't it?
True.
But then, aren't we all trapped in a cage? I think you may wish to adjust your threshold of what you consider to be a clue. I've seen those earmuffs before. They're the ones Fitz always wears when he's out the front gardening.
Always wears?
Whenever I've seen him, yes.
So, was there any point that Fitz said he heard a noise? But he wouldn't have had his headphones on when he heard the noise. So maybe when he's gardening in the garden in the middle. Oh. When Fitz is in the shared garden with Poppy, maybe he takes his headphones off and puts them on this statue so he could talk to her, because he doesn't care about being bothered by her. And that's how they heard something going on upstairs.
Yes, very nice. Where is that bird of Flora's? It's been a while since I've seen it.
Alright, that's it. We didn't have anything to confront him on. The next person is... I'm pretty sure we did everything with Penelope. Yep. Can I just say that the music for each character is actually really pretty good? Like, Penny's music also has this musicality where it's like, it's meant to be this like sexy, you know, saxophone-y song. But it also has like the vocals that sound like a bird like chirping, like at the start. That part, like a bird cooing. Pretty amazing, the level of detail they went into. Alright, let's confront Poppy. I'm pretty sure we got everything in Poppy's room, because it's pretty empty.
It's one of those big pianos with the open lids.
Don't touch it.
Why not?
Might be haunted.
Oh, whatever it is, it's playing a little trumpet.
Well, it is the music room. He's got to practice.
What's with all the broken glass?
Yeah, I think that's it for this.
Who plays the violin, I wonder?
It's pretty dusty, so I'm guessing nobody.
Maybe her mother played the violin? I don't know. Let's talk to Poppy. We can confront her on a suspicion, or we could go through all this other stuff. I am very tempted to go through all this other stuff. She doesn't talk a lot, so it's probably going to be like interviewing Flora.
Needless noise from tongues expel, unless within the mouth they dwell. The spoken word, unfit for dealing with the shifting form of feeling. Stand unblinking in the face of taciturn and soundless space. Foregone drifter, holding fast, days as shadow seeker past. Is it bravery or surrender, accepting that your world will render nothing darker than the gloom some four walls make round a room?
Is she gonna have a poem for everybody?
Between the lips a silver spoon, a story written all too soon. The chosen dwelling of her heart, unjustly chosen to depart. Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze.
Lost her liberation lays in the center of a maze. She's the heir. Fifi's the heir to the tower and wealth and like the whole fellow's fortune, I guess. Her liberation from the cage.
With surging tide, the waves are thrown, an entity of all its own. But on its surface you may see, reflected in the waters be, the orchestrator, pale and still, pulling strings, enacting will. Hard of head, but free of mind, unimprisoned, unconfined. With starry eyes, she sees beyond, behind our walls, beneath our pond. A soul untied, it's hers, it's free. Was then, is now, will ever be.
So, Poppy knows that there's a secret underneath the pond, and I guess there's maybe a maze there as well.
Softly does the flower grow, all in time, and time is slow. Rest a seed within the earth, but do not rush its gentle birth. Hour by hour, day by day, tune your heart to nature's way. Eavesdrop what the stars are saying, earthly tether, slowly fraying, floating, helpless from the worst of jealous hunger, selfish thirst. Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet.
Take a moment, kneel and meet the flowers growing at your feet. Yeah, I don't know.
Feathers flashing in the light, from a sunbeam gleaming bright. I shield my eyes and turn my head, but all at once I've been misled. Light is shining on the stage, but through the railings of a cage. That's me. I'm on a list of murder suspects. Always thought that would be kinda cool, but it's just tedious.
Falls a little short, doesn't it?
So, this is Poppy's theme song that's playing now, right? But I guess she has two songs. She's got this song, and then she's got the one when she does her poems.
So there are two families living in Tangle Tower?
Mm-hmm. 3 pointers and 5 fellows. 4 fellows.
What's the connection between them?
There isn't one. Not really. It was all built by the Remington family.
Yeah.
Flora's a Remington, originally.
And so is Fifi.
So was Primrose, my mother. She married into the Pointers, and Flora married into the Fellows.
So the fellows and the pointers own the house now?
Flora owns the house. Depending on who you ask, that means her husband Felix owns it too.
What about your father?
His claim over the house kind of fell apart after my mother left.
Where's your mother now?
No idea.
Huh? That was very dismissive. I was expecting her to go into a bit more detail about her mother.
There's something I noticed about Freya's knife wound.
Like, I'm assuming that her mother is the reason that she became a goth, but maybe it's not.
Hit me.
From what we could tell, the blade went in at an exact right angle, perpendicular to Freya's body. And there's only one small pool of blood. Nothing on Freya's hands, or anywhere else. The whole thing is just a little too...
Perfect.
peaceful.
Did Freya fake her death? Oh my god. Wait a minute. Maybe Freya faked her death and... No, because the body was there. Maybe they interned her body in a tomb under the...
This
under
is
the
mine.
pond.
Really?
No, well, yes, it was. I gave it to Freya about a year ago.
What was on it?
Nothing. It was blank. Freya said she wanted to record something.
Any idea how it ended up underwater?
Maybe someone wanted to destroy it, but got really lazy.
What do you make of the statue?
I know that's the only harp in the whole of Tangle Tower. I've never actually seen a real one.
Maybe it's from before your time.
Oh, definitely. You see how old this statue is?
What about the symbols? One of them looks like piano keys.
Yeah, weird. When I first saw it, I thought it looked like Flora was holding a knife, with blood on the tip.
You don't think that anymore?
No, it was a stupid thing to say. The room was dark. I was in shock. I'm just an idiot.
But it was blood on the tip. If you hadn't said anything, maybe Fifi wouldn't have checked.
Exactly. It's stupid.
But we would have missed out on an important clue.
Is it a clue? Really? Tell me how it's a clue. Tell me how it helps. Nothing about the knife makes any sense. It's just freaking everyone out. Wish I'd never said anything. It was my mother's originally.
So, why is it up in Flora's room?
She just gets the most use out of it. Freya would borrow it too sometimes.
I'm kind of stuck. There's like so many of these clues that I think are just like not red herrings, but they're things that you can't work out until the end of the game. So like, why is the gramophone and this tape cracked? What cracked it? Why are the paints cracked on one side? What cracked it? What did Freya record on the tape? The damaged one. How do we get underneath into the, like, maze or possibly, like, underground crypt under the fountain? Like, all these random things. Why does the loot statue have headphones? We know the loot statue has headphones because they're Fitz's headphones, and he takes them off. I'm assuming only in that center garden, but why is that relevant? Why is it relevant that he removed his headphones?
Do you know where those earmuffs came from?
Or
Put
earmuffs.
them there.
Why?
I found them lying around.
Hmm.
I think they belonged to Fitz. I put them on the statue so he'd see them. I thought they looked like headphones. Like he's in the recording studio with his guitar. No?
If they do belong to Fitz, he hasn't taken them back yet.
True.
When did you find them?
This morning.
Where?
I don't know, in a hallway. Can't remember exactly. I see a lot of birds up in the rooftop garden. They seem to really like it up there.
Why's that?
It's quiet. I think it's kind of cruel to keep 3 birds in one cage like that.
Does Penny not let them out to fly?
Oh, she does. She must do. But I don't think they're allowed to go far. Penny can be a little protective. Is that supposed to be Flora?
Possibly.
Oh, how nice.
Oh yeah, and the little Flora figure. The description of the figure says it has green hair, but it very clearly has yellow hair, and there's no green paint anywhere. Like, there's no green paint in the game. Its primary color is in black and white.
Whose paints are those?
They belong to Felix, I think.
I don't know what that is.
Weird, considering we found it hidden in your room.
Well, my room is full of junk. There's probably a bunch of stuff hidden in there.
Oh yeah, and the
I
eyeball
don't
thing.
mean, like... Please stop talking to me.
Yeah, the eyeball thing on the floor of Poppy's room that matches the symbol on the ceiling of Flora's.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure.
It's very boring.
It's literally 8 notes. I have it memorized.
It's E, 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 D sharp. Okay. Can I ask her again?
It's fine.
What's so special about
I
it?
got it from my teacher. It's the first piece I ever learned.
How long have you been playing?
Since the day I turned 6. Family tradition. I was really excited to start learning. As soon as I got out of my first lesson, I told Freya and Fifi all about it. When I arrived at my second lesson the next day, Freya was there too. She hadn't asked permission, just showed up. For 2 whole years, the teacher taught us both.
Was Freya any good?
She would have been even better than me, if she'd stuck with it. But one day, she just stopped coming to lessons.
Why?
That's just it. There was no reason. That's when I realized things were different for her.
Let's leave it there.
Freya would always load up the palette with all the exact colors she was gonna need. I think it helped her zone out and focus on the actual painting itself.
Can I point out as well that when we were asking her about the music piece, the music stopped as if it does have more weight. But she's saying things like, I got it from my teacher, and not, I got it from my mother.
Like getting all your sheet music lined up before playing a long piece.
Right. So the blob of black paint in the middle, that was for painting Flora?
Flora's dress, yeah. She wears even more black than I do.
Does this belong to you, Poppy?
Now that's not really my style, is it?
But who else would own a tape like this?
Literally anybody? Why is the glass cracked down one side?
We don't know!
Natural wear and tear, maybe?
We don't know. It's an
Freya
impact
took
on
good
one
care of her
side.
stuff.
Everybody else said that. Freya took care of her
What
stuff.
was inside?
Nothing.
Huh.
Oh, you've been to the greenhouse? What did you think?
Impressive, I guess. But kind of unsettling, with Fitz lurking in the shadows the whole time.
Yeah, he does that. Is that a gardening trowel?
Yeah, I think it belongs to Fitz.
Really? Huh, never seen him use it.
Yeah, it was in a drawer, and we think it was given by Penelope Pointer to Fitz.
This is a photo of Fifi and Freya, right?
Yeah,
How come you're not in it? You're friends with them too, aren't you?
I'm not really one for photographs.
Fifi looks like she really admires Freya.
Fifi's loyalty to Freya is unshakable.
Fuck. Maybe the painting symbolizes the tower, right? Maybe the painting that Freya was making, the big red one that I'm pointing at right now, symbolizes like responsibility and the tower and this huge weight. So maybe Freya faked her own death to get out of the thing, right? To get out of being the inheritor. And maybe instead she wants to leave it to Fifi since Fifi would be next in line after Felix and Flora.
I think everybody sees something different.
Did Frey ever tell you what she saw in it?
Not exactly. She said something about it being from a recurring nightmare.
Sorry, but if it was from a nightmare, why would you paint it and leave it in front of your bed?
Maybe she wanted to take control of it. Giving something a physical form can make it easier to deal with. Well, sometimes. That belongs to Flora, I think. Is that Fifi's diary? I'm sure I've seen it in her room before.
That's where we found it.
Have you ever read it? Do you know what's written in there?
Nope. I'm sure she wouldn't appreciate me invading her privacy.
I thought you and Fifi were close friends.
Yeah, we are. It's just Fifi's gotten kinda impatient with me recently.
Do you know why?
I'm not sure.
I'm sure she'd tell you if you asked.
Oh, she would. She'd give it to me straight. Probably why I've been avoiding it. You get some weird insects around here, but I've never seen one like that.
I'm not sure anyone has.
Freya might have. She used to keep beetles in a box in her room.
Why?
For fun, obviously.
I've just thought about something. The order that you pick up the items is the order they appear in your inventory. And then when you get another item, it doesn't shuffle them along, right? So the order that we've gotten these items are the order in which we pick them up. So for example, Flora's drawing was the last one we got from Freya's room. The loot and the 4 feathers were from the garden. What else? Oh wait, do they rearrange? No. I actually can't tell now.
There's something about that diary we found in Fifi's room. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Later. But I do want to do one thing. I want to go back to Freya's room.
It's a little glass box.
I think it's a vivarium.
Come again?
See the leaves. Might have been for keeping insects.
That's weird.
What did you find in the drawers?
Nothing. They're completely empty. It's Freya's bed. A little bit
It's
messy.
a perfectly healthy amount of messy.
Do you think this was always
I don't know.
no windows either? Freya's plants. They must not need some. There's no natural light in here.
I
at
like
all.
it.
Do you think this was always
I don't know.
no windows either? Do you think this was
I don't
no
know.
windows either? Do you think this was
I don't
no
know.
windows either? It's a fish, I
I
think.
think it looks more
Fine.
like could also be a shark.
A lot of these paintings.
How can you tell if they're finished or not?
Good point. A lot of these.
How can you
Good
tell?
point.
Painting supplies. That painting.
Why? would
Maybe
you be
Frey.
having-
Hang on. There's a
It's
small.
a photograph. Do you think this was
I don't know.
no windows either? Freya's plants. They must not be.
We already solved it.
Yeah, we solved this. It was the brushes. It was actually quite easy. A lot of the puzzles in the game are easy. That's not a criticism. I want there to be one more clue that I've missed, and I don't know why.
Never seen that one before. Was it in the greenhouse?
No, we found it in Penny's room.
Ah, right.
She doesn't like Penny.
Don't look at me. I didn't break it.
Does anybody else use the music room?
Yes. I don't know who, but I can tell when somebody else has touched the piano. How sweet.
That's it. That's everything. Unless, like I said, I'm missing something. Let's cast suspicion
Yeah, I need to confirm something.
and
with
just
you,
see what
Poppy.
happens.
Confirm away.
What can you tell us about this cassette tape? Is it yours?
It
I think-
belongs to Freya.
I think we're gonna confront her about, like, that's you in the photo. Why did you change your style?
She liked to have music playing.
But it might
She
not be
was
relevant to
into
the
piano.
case.
And do you know what kind of music is on this tape?
Piano,
No idea.
isn't
Acid
it?
Jazz.
It's piano music. Sounds an awful lot like your music, to be honest.
Sure it doesn't belong to you?
Why are we even talking about this? Cassette tapes have been redundant for a good few years now.
The tape was found at the crime scene. It was in the gramophone.
It's not mine. I'd never own anything like that.
Why not?
Not my color.
Honestly, there needs to be some like big reveals and some loose threads caught up, because this is beginning to feel a bit like when I played Signalis. I got to the end of Signalis and I didn't understand a fucking word of it. I got the gist, I got the vibes, I got like the rough story, and I got the practical stuff that had actually happened, like what had went on. But I still didn't quite understand the story of it. So what I did was, I watched a couple of the other endings, and then I watched like a 50-minute video explaining the endings, and then I got more of it. And then somebody on YouTube was helpful enough to comment on my fourth part of the Signalis like playthrough, explaining a little bit more about how things actually happened. I don't want to spoil it, and I kind of, yeah, I'm not in the mood to like explain because it's such a big game. But I'm hoping that a lot of these things that I've missed get explained. Otherwise, I'm going to be sitting here like, oh, I still don't get it. And then there's probably not a lot of discourse about this game, like online. I'm gonna go with you used to like these colors.
You used to like these colors.
Ridiculous.
We need a clue to compare with the cassette tape. Something that proves Poppy used to like these colors.
It's the photo.
Let's take a closer look at this.
Pink cassette tape. Found that the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
The pink cassette tape found at the crime scene matches the pink cassette player used by Poppy in this old photo.
That is not me.
Yeah, it is. I'll prove it.
It's her nose. And her freckles. Right? Ta-da!
You look a little different, but Fifi and Freya are pretty recognizable. It's clearly a photo of you with your two best friends. Why'd you tear it up? And then hide it?
I think the answer is pretty straightforward.
Poppy doesn't want to look like that anymore. Poppy hates Fifi and Freya now. Doesn't want to look like that
Poppy
anymore.
doesn't want to look like that anymore.
That's it. Makes this whole thing seem kind of irrelevant.
Maybe. It depends on the reason.
As in, she doesn't want to look like that anymore?
The passage of time is a powerful
Maybe
thing.
it reminds her of her mother too much.
Hold on. This means that pink cassette tape does belong to you, Poppy.
It used to. I recorded some piano music onto it and gave it to Freya as a gift. Years ago.
Freya could have easily been listening to this tape at the exact moment she was killed. There's gotta be a connection between the tape, the gramophone, and the murder.
There's one other thing I want to know. How did it get that crack down the middle?
I have no idea.
That is it. Wow. So it's not because they're not friends anymore, because they still are. They still talk about each other in like a positive sense. Let's go to Fitz. I think we did a lot of Fitz yesterday, no? Ah, we did. We did all of Fitz. And then this is
A
where
little
that
chart
extra
and
thing
actually
was.
I have no idea what it's about.
This is where the chart was. And I don't quite understand it, but I wrote it down, I copied it.
What do you make of
Not a whole lot.
It's used in something, but I can't tell what.
it? It's bigger in here than I thought it would be.
Maybe there's another clue
Is that
here.
fruit?
Too shiny to be fruit. I think it's glowing a little.
Safe to eat, do you
I'm
think?
gonna say no. Hanging baskets. They're so high up.
To you, maybe.
You're only 2 inches taller than me.
2 inches makes all the difference.
True.
it's glass, but
Total.
I am not.
Tools used by a gardener for gardening. Tools used by gardening. That's a handsome beetle. Looks like he might have magic powers.
It's bigger in here than I thought it would be.
Bit of a decadent flooring choice for a greenhouse. Bit of a decadent flooring choice.
I don't think there is anything else in
It's
here, right?
bigger in here than I thought it would be.
Alright, let's show the
Freya draw
drawing.
these?
Yeah. There's a note on the back, too.
She was even closer to Flora than I realized.
So,
Suspicion!
Fitz, I have a report that you were seen sneaking up Pointer Tower. Holding a knife.
That's not right. I don't go into Pointer Tower. I don't own a knife. And I don't sneak. Was it Fifi who told you this?
How did you know that?
A guess. She doesn't like me very much. But yeah, she was mistaken. Maybe she wasn't wearing her eye lens thing.
What do you think, Grimoire?
Fifi did see Fitz, but he was holding something else. Fifi lied about seeing Fitz. Fifi definitely saw Fitz holding a knife. I think he's holding something else.
Fifi did
I think
see
it was
Fitz,
the
but
palette
he was
knife.
holding something else.
So, if it wasn't a knife, what was it?
What about this?
Ah, that.
Is it yours?
It was a gift. It's sentimental. I have no reason to take it up Pointer Tower. I don't use it at all.
What if we say an ornate trowel was used to bury Poppy in the greenhouse?
An ornate trowel was used to bury Poppy in the greenhouse. Nope.
I wish he had some reactions to stuff like that. I don't actually know this, like without scrolling through and getting clues from this. Is it a trowel was used to bury a single feather in the garden?
An ornate trowel was used to bury a single feather in the garden. That's not right.
No. Used to bury a paintbrush? Was used by Fitz to look after. Ornate trowel was used by Fitz to cut. It's not part of a matching set with anything, right? Like, it doesn't match anything. It's the only thing that can destroy is no. Was used to bury or is used by Fitz to look after. It's one of these three. And then in the garden, in the greenhouse, in Penny's room. Poppy's room. It has to be in the garden. This?
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in the garden. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. An ornate
In
trowel
Poppy's
is
room?
used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Poppy's room. Almost. Maybe just change.
The only thing I can think is that, like, maybe he brings it up the tower, up Pointer Tower, to tend to the flower, because Penny gave him it. Oh fuck, I said Poppy's room instead of Penny's room. Yeah, he brings it up to... That's why he was in the tower with it.
An ornate trowel is used by Fitz to look after a potted flower in Penny's room.
I meant Penny's room, not Poppy's.
That flower.
Yes?
I've never seen it before.
We need a clue to compare to that flower. Something that proves its connection to
What
Fitz.
the fuck? It looks exactly like her. something to compare directly with the potted flower from Penny's room. I mean, the pots are the same.
Let's take a closer look at these.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil I brought for lunch. Found the garden.
The pot and soil in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in the garden, almost. Maybe just change one thing. The pot and soil
Ta-da!
in Penny's room matches the pot and soil found in Fitz's greenhouse. Let me guess. Penny's flower was originally a gift from you, Fitz. There's no way it's a coincidence.
No way what's a coincidence.
The flower. It looks exactly like Penny.
It took me a long time to breed. I wanted the colors to be exactly right.
That's some gift.
Turns out Penny isn't particularly interested in looking after plants. So I go into her room every now and again when she's not there. Water the flower, change the soil, just trying to keep it alive.
Well, if that's it, we don't have a whole bunch left to do. Did we confront Hawkshaw on everything? I don't think so, right? Let's do Hawkshaw, everything.
Did you get anything useful out of him?
Not sure. What about you?
Nothing worth committing to paper.
I think he knows more than he lets on.
Probably. But talking with him is so tedious. Considerably intelligent, and her powers of observation are enviable. But she has no ambition. No focus.
In her defense, she's still a teenager.
Barely.
The instrument being played right now for Hawkshaw's theme is PVC pipes. I'm not making this up. These are PVC pipes being slapped on top with like rubber paddles. I'm pretty certain. And then that sounds like oboe more than clarinet. But that noise is the pipes.
314 cases solved.
300?
What?
And 14.
We've solved 2.
Professor Pointer's
One?
a respectable
One.
astronomer. Keeps himself to himself. What?
We're just surprised.
That was the most polite you've been about anyone.
It's because it's our boss.
I find her rather embarrassing. Little more than a spoiled child.
Penny must be at least 25.
27. Just makes it worse. Poppy has remarkable musical talent. She could be famous, wealthy even, if she wanted to.
She'd probably have to leave Tangle Tower first.
Quite. You truly consider this a case file?
What's wrong with it?
No organization, no system.
That's my style. I like seeing everything laid out at once. Yeah, it helps me think.
How quaint. Where'd you dig that up?
It wasn't buried. It was underwater.
Someone trying to conceal evidence, perhaps? Have you deciphered the meaning of those 4 symbols on the heart?
No.
We're working on it.
That's a no, then. Conveniently left anonymous. It's useless until you can prove to whom it concerns. Can you do that?
No?
I don't...
No.
I don't feel like this game would stop you from getting all the achievements in a single playthrough. And I'm worried about hitting a point of no return. There's an achievement for finding 3 sets of research notes. We've only found 1 set of research notes.
Is that a...
If it is.
This! Alright, we got this, we got this, we got this. Yeah. Rotate the dials until all 4 hands are in the correct position. So, oh god. I kinda get this and I kinda don't. They each have 4 positions they can be in, and moving any dial moves the adjacent dials, right? But I don't really know what I'm trying to do. This is 12, so does this need to be at 12? Then this needs to be at 9. And then this also needs to be at 9. And then this at 3. Is it as simple as this? No way. Is that it? Um, 6. 12? Can I reset it?
Reset the puzzle?
If it gives you a reset button, that means there is a way to gimp it. How did I not solve this right away? This is 6, and then this is 12. And then if this is at 3, this is at 9. That's it.
No, that was it.
How did I not do this at the beginning? I think I thought you needed to get something else and come back.
What's in the box?
A little tool thing? Looks like a telescope, but I'm not actually sure what it is.
Oh my god. Well, time to go ask everybody in the tower about the telescope, because it's the final item. I knew there was one more.
A little pot plant, balanced on the window ledge.
It's the only plant in the entire room.
There is a plant missing. There's one on either side in the painting, but there's only one here. Hold the fucking phone. It must have fell. No?
It's so relaxing. I might just stay here.
Oh, shall I go finish the investigation on my own?
That'd be great.
Ah, a little water feature.
It's making me sleepy.
Wonder how it's hooked up.
Giant stone frog. Love it.
Ah, he's got his tongue out like he's catching snowflakes.
Except those aren't snowflakes. They're feathers.
Yeah, we already got the feathers. I knew there had to be one more thing. It just made sense that, like, there's a gap, right? And then this last one is probably the final item for, like, the actual story. But it seems like there's still a potted plant missing. And it's not here. Let's just ask everybody about the telescope.
We're at the top of the tower.
I think so.
Doesn't matter.
What about
It's-
those research notes as well? It said find 3 sets of research notes. I've only ever actually found one.
A bunch of old books covered in dust now, but they
Unless you find the other ones later, but I kind of doubt it. Alright, so that was Bupkis. I don't think she has research notes here. The research notes would be in the science people's areas.
A little mirror.
definitely cursed.
It's not cursed. Not everything is cursed.
There's no research notes here, right?
A map with a dotted line and an X marked on it.
That's a very boring way to describe a treasure map. The entire room is made of wood.
Oh, it's not just made of wood. I think it's the actual hull of a ship.
Why don't you ask Fiona about that one? Looks like her area of expertise.
The entire room is made of
Oh,
wood.
it's not just. I think it's the actual hull.
The entire room
Oh,
is
it's
made
not. It's the actual hull.
That's it. Nothing else in here. How am I not finding this? How am I not finding this? If there's a research note somewhere, I have to be able to find it. I don't want to Google it.
Fifi's got
What
something.
is all this?
Arrows connecting.
They're
Oh,
not like-
yeah, they're completely meaningless. Is Fifi trying to solve the
Maybe.
mystery?
Do you ever try that?
Did you notice who?
Freya?
Mm-hmm.
Homemade posters. This one's about the Pythagoras theorem.
I've not heard of that band. Are they any good? That's a whole lot of. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of. That's a whole lot. That's a whole lot of.
Homemade posters. This one's
I've not heard of that band.
That's a whole lot of books.
What's that big book on the desk?
looks like something. It's just a bunch of notes about.
Fuck.
We already solved it.
Oh, come on. Where's the research notes? I can check, right? In the achievements, I can click and see if any of my friends got the other achievement. Can I compare it to... Ooh. Alright, hold on. I'm comparing my achievements to Uso's achievements. He got 100%! Uso knows! All we need to do is wait for Uso to come here. Then we can find out. That's it. I don't think the research notes are here. I'm gonna ask everybody else about the eyeglass first. I know it's like tedious, but it's worth it. You would think as well that the research notes were here.
The notebook is untouched. It's completely blank.
So, even the most well-used notebooks start off blank.
You'd think there'd be research notes here, right? Like 100%.
What's this?
It looks like it might be a telescope. Thought you might know something about it.
Well, it certainly is a telescope. It has a part there to screw onto a tripod, you see? It's rather small, though. I'm not sure you could see many stars with it.
No, probably not.
Yeah, this is gonna be pointless, but I guess I could use this as an excuse to look for the research notes.
Check out that butterfly.
Looks evil.
Wow, judgmental.
What's with those little windows down there?
I think they're there for draining rainwater.
Oh.
I don't know what that is.
A likely story.
What's with those
I think they're there
oh.
for...
I feel like I'm standing in a giant birdcage. Sheet music.
That's a lot of notes.
Probably why they're on the floor.
Did you find that in Fifi's room?
No. Should we have?
No, it's just... It looks like something she'd use, don't you think?
Come on, there has to be something that I'm completely missing. I feel so stupid. Like, there has to be more research notes somewhere. We found one in the garden, right? One is here, this one here. And it's so obvious. It's like on a little clipboard, as if like, hey, look at me, and it's presented to you.
No, but I don't normally go into Fifi's room.
That's not where we found it.
Oh, I just thought it looks like it belongs to her.
We already solved it.
There's no more research notes
There's
here,
a metal
right?
plaque on the bench.
Is there a message engraved on it?
I think there was, but someone scratched it off. A pointless little stone.
Dunno.
Want to play hide and
I could
seek?
be persuaded.
Hi. Hi.
It's Tangle Tower, or at least it's the mansion at the base of Tangle Tower. It's a big stone dais.
Biggest one I've ever seen. First one too.
It's a big stone dais.
Biggest first one too.
This belongs to you, Hawkshaw?
Correct.
And, what is it?
It's my handheld microscope for up-close investigation work.
What do you magnify with it?
Trace particles, dust, oils, clothing fibers.
Have you used it here at Tangle Tower?
I have. I used it to examine the greenhouse only 2 days ago.
What were you looking for?
That is between myself and my client. Some breed of amphibious humanoid, potentially bipedal, although none of the statues show the creature's feet.
I guess.
Another boggy reference. I mean, we know that's boggy, but like the thing about not seeing the creature's feet is relevant to the first game if you've played it.
Somewhat cumbersome device, and an altogether inefficient way to listen to music.
What kind of music do you like, Hawkshaw?
I like anything.
What a cop-out.
Huh.
The paint is still wet.
Yeah, well, we know Freya was in the middle of painting when she was killed.
Do you know that? How? Because you were told? I believe that was in Flora's room yesterday, but it was not cracked when I saw it last. A diary. Have you read it?
Not yet. It's locked.
And you haven't attempted to force it open?
That would be cheating.
Paints?
Cheating.
Yep.
Paints. Mm-hmm. You got it open. I'm impressed. I managed it myself yesterday. I thought Flora might be hiding something in there.
It was empty yesterday, too.
It was. Perhaps it's always been empty. The people here are surprisingly materialistic, considering how sheltered they are.
Materialistic?
Growing this fruit simply because it produces a gemstone-like material. For what possible purpose, other than financial gain?
You're speculating.
What would you do, Grimoire, if you could grow valuable stone straight from the earth? This is a potential murder weapon, is it not?
I don't know. I don't think the murderer would leave the murder weapon just lying around.
I think you'd be surprised as to what people leave lying around. A photograph of Freya could be important. I admit, it's powerful. Freya was a talented young woman.
Someone even liked it enough to take a photo of it.
Now, we don't know why they took the photograph, do we? Perhaps they just wanted it for reference.
I'm so lost.
A book from the
I'm just gonna
library.
click these and
One of
listen.
Hundreds, no doubt. What makes this one special?
It's about birds.
It's about a bird that's
Yes.
missing.
I see that. Where did you find this?
Do you have any theories about where this might have been?
Or who might have had it.
I have several theories, but they are my theories, and I'm not going to share them. You consider that important evidence, do you? These people really are ridiculous, aren't they? Is that a clue?
Dunno. It was important enough to be framed, though.
I framed my law degree, doesn't make it a clue.
Same? Yeah?
He doesn't have a law degree.
that?
There's no way.
Not sure. It doesn't really look like anyone we've met so far.
Strange. I'd tell him not to quit his day job.
But he
hasn't
doesn't
got
have one.
Has he? These figurines remind me of a case I once solved involving a possessed doll. Turned out to be a bit of a smokescreen, as these things often do.
Your life sounds fun. Grimoire, why don't we ever have fun adventures like that?
Are we
We're having one right
not
now.
having a fun adventure right at this very moment?
Do you also have a pile of leaves as a clue?
Oh, not yet. Did you see some suspicious leaves?
Oh my god.
3 birds, 1 cage.
It almost feels like a fourth wall break when Hawkshaw calls you out on what like weird clues you have. Because it's like calling out the player as well, right? Because in these type of games, you literally pick up anything you can.
What makes them worth keeping cooped up, I wonder? Would they not be happier flying free?
And then when you look at it objectively, it's like, wow, why am I running around with like a bone and a pepper grinder?
But then they might fly away from Tangle Tower entirely.
I wonder if they would. One of 3 statues depicting the same creature. This one is wearing headphones. Perhaps they belong to someone who likes music.
They're not headphones. They're earmuffs. For blocking out sound.
Perhaps they belong to someone who doesn't like music. Does Flora still own that bird? Do you know?
Don't think so. The drawings are from a few years ago.
I see.
That's it. And there's no casting suspicion on her. You would also think that the research notes might be here, but again...
Sure. Why not build a science
The
lab?
search is downright poetic.
A chalkboard?
Is this a library or a club?
Oh wait, what the fuck?
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Math.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
I'm writing this down. I know it's probably not going to be relevant. I'm writing this down. I feel like the secret room has something to do with picking up the free pieces of research, but then I also feel like this could be a thing as well. I don't know. Am I writing this down? I always feel silly when I write stuff down and then later on it like gives you it as a second screen to look at when you're actually solving something. I don't know. It's probably not going to be relevant at all. In Zero Escape, Virtue's Last Reward, one of the interesting things about it was having that overlay where you could draw over the screen. And it saved me a lot of time. Like, a lot. I kind of wish more detective-y games would have that feature, since it is, like, relatively easy to implement, I would assume. I mean, if a Nintendo DS game could do it, surely most other games could do the same thing. So, all I've got from this is that the numbers in letters correspond with, like, which letter they are in the alphabet. Like, A is 1. You know, 8 is H. And then the numbers start at 191 and go up. So what would be before this would be, it would be 9, probably? Wait. No. It would be 26, Z, and 190. That doesn't help me. That doesn't go anywhere.
Math equations.
Don't look at them for too long. You'll give yourself a headache.
True.
Any idea what this means?
Not a clue.
Math.
Don't look at them.
I'm not sure I learned anything.
Alright, cool. All I'm looking for is the research
Books
notes
about
anyway.
birds.
The shelves are about half empty.
Oh, so you're a the shelves are half empty kind of person.
You knew this already.
Oh my god.
Sure, why not
The
build...
search is downright poetic. It's
What exactly
must.
is
You asked.
nice?
It's musty.
What exactly does
You
that-
ask such stupid questions.
Nice.
It's musty in here.
What exactly does that mean? What is must?
I know what must is. This is gonna like come as kind of a surprise maybe if you don't know. But the musty like library smell and the smell that you get in like old people's homes, damp areas, it's bacteria. It's literally dirt. It's bacteria growing on things. It just means something's unclean.
You ask such stupid questions.
Nice.
I'm not sure. Soil samples? It's
What exactly does that-
must. You ask such stupid questions.
Nice.
Alright. Let's click on some stuff.
This belongs to Professor Pointer, does it not?
No, I don't think so.
Well, who else would own such a pointless little telescope?
It's a telescope.
Oh, yes. It has a telescopic lens. It could only be used for looking at things that are far away.
Is this your diary, Fifi? We found it in your bedroom.
Of course it is mine. Ridiculous question.
Why is it locked up like that?
You seriously require an explanation. Very well. A fairly common concept, the so-called secret diary, is favored in particular by girls between the ages of 10
So, there are secrets written in here?
and... This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
No, it looks like it's dog-eared. It's not a diary at all. It's Fifi's diary and she has written in it.
It's Fifi's diary, and she has...
We can present her with the photo of her
I'm
holding
not
it.
sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look unused.
It's not a diary at all, it's research notes.
It's not a diary at all.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither.
This particular diary is unused.
It doesn't look
What
unused.
the fuck? It's somebody else's?
It's somebody
Oh
else's
shit,
diary.
Freya's holding it in the
How
fucking
did you arrive
picture.
at that conclusion? It is kept in my bedroom. It is mine.
We need a clue to compare with the diary.
I am an idiot. I completely forgot in this photo she's holding her hands, not the diary.
Let's take a closer look at this. This blue book is the same thing as the secret diary, which proves it belonged to Freya.
You were hiding Freya's diary in your
Is it a
room,
sketchbook or is it a
and you kept
diary?
it locked too.
Why would I do either of these things?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what this would be. I really don't have a clue. Well, I got 8 clues, but, you know. Fifi thought there wasn't personal secrets within Freya's diary. Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Fifi didn't want anyone to see personal secrets within Freya's diary.
Is this true, Fifi?
I know Freya was your friend, but if you're trying to hide something,
You did not know Freya, so this might be difficult to understand. She did her own thing, in her own way. By concealing Freya's written accounts, it is simply my intention to preserve her innocence.
Innocence?
might be easier if you just let us read the diary, Fifi.
Very well. I will open it. However, as you read it, please remember, Freya was the most kind and the most wise person I have ever known.
There's something about Hawkshaw's handheld microscope. Something suspicious.
Let's ask her about it.
Alright, Fifi unlocked the diary.
Finally. What's in there?
It's back, in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. Soul Bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. Found my way into the middle. Surprisingly simple. Compared to the harp, I saw them. All 5. Eyes blacked out. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company. What the fuck? Did she let out like a monster? Soul Bearer works? Like, what the fuck? Hold on. If we confront them about the secret diary now, is it different?
Paints?
Yep.
Paints?
Mm-hmm.
A diary?
Not yet.
And you...
Alright, it's still the locked diary as a clue.
This little microscope thing? You said you used it to search the greenhouse.
And this would make perfect sense. If, of course, I still have no
Shit,
intention
I
of
clicked too
disclosing
fast,
that
sorry.
information.
You're such a tease, Hawkshaw. Don't worry, we already worked out what you're searching for.
Hawkshaw has been hired to find the bird. Or maybe the beetle.
That's not right.
You're not as hopeless as you look.
Yeah, the beetle.
Thanks.
So, that's what you were looking for in the greenhouse? This beetle?
Surely even you can understand the logic of it.
And then the thing that Freya has let out was the beetle.
The greenhouse is home to a great many insects. The gardener could have easily kept the beetle hidden in there.
Well, Fitz said you questioned him, but didn't actually search the greenhouse.
He is not exactly the type to appreciate subtlety. He simply didn't notice that I was using my microscope.
What do you reckon, Grimoire?
I know for a fact she didn't use the microscope in the greenhouse.
Because it's not a microscope at all.
All of a sudden, Detective Grimoire is
Yeah,
some kind
it's
of expert on microscopes.
It's a telescope. It's a tiny telescopic lens. A handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses telescopic lens. So Hawkshaw lied about it.
The handheld microscope, according to Fifi, uses a telescopic lens, so Hawkshaw lied about it. I'm inclined to believe Fifi when it comes to stuff like this.
Aksha, why did you lie about owning a telescope?
When you were a child, what did you aspire to become?
A detective? Naturally.
Emperor of the Galaxy?
I wanted to be an astronomer.
I can't believe that Sally just said that. That is fucked. Sally's like super unpredictable.
Really?
I harbored a desire to understand the secrets of the wider universe. A fool's errand, to be sure, but a seductive one. At 15, I decided instead to apply my intelligence to the world around me. And so, I became a detective. But the yearning for elusive knowledge is a powerful force. I tried to keep it with me.
Sorry, but we're way off track. What's the deal with the little telescope?
A memento from my childhood. Little more than a toy.
Why did you bring it with you?
When I discovered that it was Professor Pointer who had hired me, I dared to consider it something of a planetary alignment. I had hoped he might sign my telescope. An extremely childish indulgence, I admit.
I never would have guessed.
Hold on. You're admitting you didn't use it in the greenhouse then?
Correct. As it happens, I have no need to search the greenhouse to such a degree. Professor Pointer doesn't consider the gardener a suspect in our theft investigation.
So, who is your suspect?
Things have become complicated.
I mean, Freya would
My
be the
lead
prime suspect.
Is your murder victim.
Yeah, because she's the one that keeps the beetles. We didn't get a new clue from that, and I don't think we can push her any further on that either, since I got it all right. The only thing we have left to do is to go over everybody's alibis, and then somehow... I kind of feel like I still need to find more research notes. I must be missing something. There's like... There has to be. If there's more research notes, then there's somewhere else, like in a hidden room.
Spooky. What do you think it's for?
I think it's to scare away detectives.
I think
it
it's
working?
a tunnel.
No. I'm still...
Should we take another look?
Let's have a real look at this, because I haven't really done that properly. So these symbols, the symbols look kind of a bit like... They kind of look like the symbols on that other thing. So for example, like, this kind of looks like a 3 that's mirrored. So it would be the second symbol is a mirrored number 3. But then they're all different, right? None of these symbols are the same as the symbols on any other part. Oh no, this is... Also, there's
Looks
nothing
like
to
he's playing
click
a
when you have
secret
solved it.
Did you not know?
A little hint.
Liar.
It's
Yeah.
the truth, I swear.
There's nothing to click
Let's
when you have
come
solved
back.
it, so I guess you don't do it yet anyway. It's just weird that, like, we've cast suspicion on everybody, and I haven't found the other research notes. I only found one. It still doesn't even feel like there are other research notes. At least not yet, anyway. I've been in every room. The only room I haven't been in a lot is Fitz's. Fitz's room is kind of empty though. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
What?
It's a big empty space.
Yep, alright, let's go over all their statements. I think that's what this is for. I think it's the statements. Suspect
That's all the
statements.
statements collected. Let's run through them all to see if anything doesn't add up.
To see if anyone's been lying.
That too.
Fitz and I were up in the Moonlight Garden most of the afternoon. Then we heard this sound. Lasted about 3 seconds.
We thought it was coming from Flora's tower, so
Yeah.
we went up there.
So, Fitz normally has his headphones on when he's gardening, but I think if he's gardening with Poppy and he's in the garden in between, where nobody can bother them, he would have his headphones off, so that makes sense.
Her door was locked. Nobody was answering. So I made Fitz kick down the door.
True.
Poppy and I went in. Freya was right there, laying on her back.
I left my tower and headed down towards the Grand Hall.
But in the hall, I spotted Uncle Pointer heading down the stairs.
I vacated the library, but before I could begin my ascent, Professor Pointer appeared.
I didn't know what to do. So I ran downstairs to get Fifi.
I heard someone heading down the stairs. They're just outside.
And he was able to tell it was hurried footsteps. Felix said the footsteps walking down were rushed footsteps.
Someone began banging on the door. I ignored it until the someone began shouting at me.
Eventually, she let me in.
I spotted Detective Hawkshaw coming out of the library.
He emerged from the Pointer staircase, crossed the hall, and begun up the fellow staircase. As I was passing through the front door, Penelope called out from behind me.
And then she told Penelope, like, exactly where Percy went.
I inquired about the professor, and she told me he'd gone up the fellow tower.
I
Yep.
told her what had happened. She didn't believe me. She got angry.
I thought she was playing a trick on me, so I punched her in the face.
I recognized Fiona's voice as well as the voice of my own daughter.
We left the room, and Poppy's father was waiting outside. He followed us upstairs.
I ran up the stairs, hoping to catch up with him, but Felix appeared and blocked my path.
Back in the hallway, I bumped into a very concerned-looking Penelope. She was heading up Fellow Tower to find Professor Pointer.
I gotta be honest, it sounds like everybody's telling the truth. I'm so lost.
Poppy left the room for a while. When she came back, she had her father with her, and Fifi too.
Felix and Penny arrived shortly after we did.
A moment later, we were gazing down on the body of poor Freya.
Then I took a sample of the red paint on the unfinished painting.
She took me down to the library. We were in there about 15 minutes.
I quickly decided that I should leave also. I took Penelope with me, and we both went back to our rooms in Pointer Tower.
I wanted to go back to my room, but I realized nobody had told Detective Hawkshaw anything.
An unremarkable hour passed before the gardener finally made his appearance.
I think she was annoyed about being made to wait outside so long. But when I told her about Freya, she fell silent.
That's disappointing.
What is?
All the statements line up with each
They
other.
do! Oh my, I was so worried. I was so worried that I was like an idiot and I hadn't realized that they don't add up. They do, they all add up. Every
They
single
don't
thing
just
adds
line
up.
Some of them even seem to specifically confirm each other.
Yeah. Like, the Hawkshaw one confirms, like, Penelope's and, what's his name? Percy's? What, is that it?
That's all the statements collected.
Uh-oh. Search the astronomy tower. Did I miss something? I must have missed one item. Hold on, let me check something real quick. So the only person I haven't cast any doubt on is Percy. Percy's the last one without having suspicion cast on him. But I don't think I missed anything in here.
Yeah, it's too cloudy to see any stars right now.
It's also daytime.
It's a chart of the solar system. Which planet are you from, Sally? It's full of tea, but it's gone cold.
Criminal.
It's tidier than my desk. The notebook is untouched.
So? Even the most well-used...
It's tidier than mine.
Even the most well-used... There's something kinda disappointing about this room. I just expected a bit more from an astronomy tower.
Oh, does it not compare to all the other astronomy towers you've been to? The bell jar. It's empty.
What do people normally keep in bell jars?
Samples, like stuff.
Other than bells, you mean? A Spyglass to the Stars. Volumes 1 to 12.
They're in very good condition. We already solved it.
I am so lost. What am I missing here?
Trinkets.
They're clearly gizmos.
Leaves?
There's something kinda...
It's too cloudy.
It's also daytime.
Every astronomy tower needs a telescope.
I want to try.
The telescope? Oh my god, is this really
It's
it?
the tower opposite this one.
It's that little plant Flora keeps on the window ledge.
Don't you think it would fall off? In the wind.
Maybe it's glued down.
And there was another one missing, right?
The rooftop garden.
Like, there's one on either side in the painting.
Is that a window?
There is another room at the top.
I think it is.
Is there another room above Flora's room?
We should check that next time we're over there. I can just about see the gramophone. It's the tower opposite this one. You can see right into Flora's room.
Not by accident.
I can see Flora, but she's not looking this way. She's looking up.
It just seems really silly, right? That Percy's looking, like, his telescope is set up looking right across this tower while the detectives are in the room. And then he's at the telescope looking. And we just barge past him and look
Behind her
ourselves.
is the back side of the easel holding Freya's unfinished
It just
window.
seems weird, but it's okay.
I can't really see anything behind it. Not from this angle. It's the tower opposite this one. I can just about see the ground. It's the tower opposite this one.
It's too dark back there.
It's the tower opposite this one. The rooftop garden is right here. The rooftop garden.
That feels like it's it.
It's the tower opposite this one. I can see the doorway. It leads into the hall.
And there's another
The door
staircase.
itself is on the floor.
Doesn't
not
the staircase
off
looks like
hinges.
it's going up? Huh?
Isn't this supposed to be an astronomy telescope? I'm pretty sure you need to see the sky for astronomy to work.
I can't move it. I think this is just how it's set up.
There's something about pointers. Something suspicious.
Let's ask him about it.
Like how none of his astronomy books have been read, his notebook is blank, and he has his telescope set up looking right into somebody else's window, as if he doesn't do astronomy at all. I mean...
So, Professor, what interests you about astronomy exactly?
It's not a matter of being interested. Once you expand your mind to the wider universe, it cannot be unexpanded.
Mm-hmm. And how long have you been an astronomer?
I really don't like to give exact values unless I'm sure I can quantify them.
Convenient.
Why do you ask me these things?
I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not actually interested in astronomy? You discovered a meteor is heading for Earth. You're trying to get a planet... You know what, we're gonna ask this one for the memes.
You discovered a meteor is heading straight for Earth.
I'm not sure about that.
Me neither. I have a theory about you, Professor.
Oh? Go on.
You're not really interested in astronomy at all.
What could you possibly mean by that?
I think you're interested in a slightly different field of research.
Let's go with... Is it birds? Or is it bugs? What is he interested in? Alright, he's interested in Tangle Tower?
That's not it.
No. Maybe he's interested in beetles?
I don't have time for tiny, insignificant insects. My studies focus only on the inconceivably large and the unimaginably far away.
Right. That's why you like using your telescope so much.
Yes, naturally. My little portal into another world.
Yeah, about that.
Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
Pointer's telescope was sneaking up on the crime scene and not up at the sky.
Fuck.
Almost. Maybe. Pointer's telescope was actually looking at the crime scene and not up at the sky.
First, you accuse me of being a lowly entomologist. Now you're accusing me of, what, spying?
Are you spying?
Why would I need to spy on Flora?
Why? Because you lost your golden beetle specimen, and it's made you paranoid. You think somebody stole it from you.
Might not have been Flora you were spying on. Might have been Freya.
It's a very precious specimen, incredibly rare, valuable in ways you could never understand. Freya was always sneaking around, both towers and in the gardens too. She was definitely up to something.
So, this next question is important. You were looking to Flora's room around the time of the murder. Did you witness the crime, Professor?
No, I didn't. When I looked into the room, Flora was already lying on the floor.
Flora? You mean Freya?
No, Flora. She was lying by the window. I couldn't see Freya at all. It was fairly dark. The telescope isn't at a very good angle. That's why I decided to head over there myself. I needed to know what was going on.
This changes your statement, doesn't it?
No, everything I told you in my
No,
statement
everything
was
is true. He
Apart
decided to
from the
go
reason
over.
you left your tower in the first place.
Right.
Let's go over what we know about the crime scene.
Hold on, the mystery room. No. No.
Freya was definitely
Something to do with the statue in the garden, I think.
Maybe we should go back and check.
Yeah. Let's go do this first. But like from the telescope, there's just a staircase. Yeah, you don't even need to find this room. You can just see the staircase.
I feel like there's gotta be a clue up here. I feel like there's gotta
I wanted
be
to leave because it's so. I'm a little bit frustrated at this, right? On your way up into this room, there's no hint that there's a tower other than there's like an eyeball on the ceiling, right? The same way there's an eyeball on the floor of Poppy's room. So maybe there's another room under Poppy's room as well, right? But here's like the weird thing. When you view through Pointer's telescope and you look directly across, you can just see the staircase behind the door that you come in to go into Freya's room. Flora's room, sorry. In the crime scene. So anybody going to the crime scene to investigate would see the staircase. So why do you need to go through Pointer's telescope to see it? It doesn't make sense.
It's a statue of a wolf, standing up straight, like a man.
You know, there's a name for that.
I know.
It's not quite as dusty as everything else up
furry.
here. Also, it's not a statue. It's stuffed. Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry, is this spooky attic boring you?
Kinda.
Just dusty junk.
What's in that little box? I bet it's bones. A skull, at least.
You know, maybe I won't open it.
Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry.
Kinda.
Sally?
No. Do you?
Sally, you don't have a dust allergy, do you?
I do. I actually genuinely do. That's why I cough all the time. That's also why I mute the mic and sneeze and like have to blow my nose.
No. Do you?
Let me put it this way.
Yeah, makes me sneeze, blocks my nose, makes me have to clear my throat.
At least the moths are kept well fed.
Sally, you don't have a dust
No. Someone painted out the window.
Do you think it was done recently?
No idea. Either way, it's pretty suspicious. Nothing catching my interest.
I'm sorry, is this...
Kinda. It's a jar. The head screws off.
Huh. Just dusty junk. Just dusty junk. What is that?
Not sure. Some kind of reel?
Looks like it might attach to something.
I mean, the reel looks like it could go into the telescope, because it does say that the little small lens screws onto something, right? So that could be it. It also is the final clue.
Where's that light coming from?
No, it's just daylight, I think. There's a decent gap between those floorboards. Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think it is? Is that what I think
This doesn't really help me.
Is that what I think it is?
So whoever's up here could have been looking at the murder, like, happen.
Nothing catching my interest.
Sorry.
Kinda.
We done?
Just dusty junk.
It doesn't even look like there's room on the map for another secret room, unless it's here. Like, another secret room would maybe be here, but I think it's actually going to be here, right? Like, there's no way... Is there 2 secret rooms?
Ah, yes, a giant symbol drawn in chalk on the floor. Oh, it's a good omen.
It's an eye.
Fuck. Alright, let's ask literally everybody about the reel. The reel could have been used to retrieve the murder weapon.
Do you know what this is?
Guess not.
I'm gonna feel so stupid when we work this out.
What is it?
We don't know. We were really hoping you would.
My friends, shed your hope and let it fall free like sandbags from a hot air balloon.
That's the most depressing idiom I've ever heard.
I mean, we know that it doesn't allow us to cast suspicion on anybody else.
What's this? What's this? Is it a clue?
We don't actually know. But Grimoire picked it up, so now he has to pretend it is.
True.
That's how it works.
That is how it works. That's exactly how this game works. Everything's a clue until it's not. Not the other way around.
Is that for sewing?
Maybe?
We have no idea.
I know who would know. I feel like Hawkshaw is gonna know.
Where did you find this?
It was in the attic.
Oh, huh. I forgot we even had an attic.
I'm wasting so much time.
I don't know what that is.
Me neither.
Me 3. Oh, sorry. I thought you said me too.
Me free.
What is that?
I'm not sure. It looks like it attaches to something else.
Why don't you go back and double check the area you found it? Maybe you'll find the rest of the something else.
I'm not so sure about that.
Yeah, I don't think I think it's like, it looks like a reel from a fishing rod, right? Like, it's very clear. But they did say that the telescope screws onto something else, and it looks like it would screw on it. But why would you need, like, a telescope and a reel, right? Unless you're using the telescope as a handle. Like, I don't...
Is this yours, Fifi?
I do not recognize it, and besides, I would have no use for such a thing. Perhaps it could be used to hang wet laundry?
Was that a joke?
Yes.
Comic timing in this game is amazing. Alright, let's go to the garden. And... there's a crab.
This wasn't here before.
What is it?
It's a little wooden toy. Looks kind of like a crab.
There's a note stuck to the back.
What does it say? Grimoire?
This is my new friend. He likes music. Simple melodies will move his soul. Best of luck to you. Best of luck, you two. Freya. Okay. We now have a new button. Crab.
What do you think? Is it really from her?
How can it be?
Why don't we check the handwriting with Freya's diary?
Good idea. Hold on.
Well?
It's a perfect match.
Well, it's confirmed. We have a ghost helping us.
Let's keep this to ourselves for now.
What about the little wooden toy thingy?
Maybe we can put it to some kind of use.
I think I know what you do. Yeah, I think I know what you do with it. So, I'm pretty sure that what you do is you take this toy, and there are 4 different symbols.
Should we take another look?
So the 4 symbols are the bell, right? And then there's singing, and then there's piano, and then there's the bird. So what you probably do is you go somewhere the bells are playing, and it'll give you a symbol, and then you put that symbol in here, right?
Come back later.
I can't remember where you get all these noises, though. I'm guessing one of them's on this. Is there no way to look at this while you're doing this? What if I do this? I come here to where the bird is, the little bird in the bird bath. Oh wait, did I fuck it up? Alright, so the bird is the 3rd symbol, and it looks like that. So there's 1. The next one is going to be the piano. See, the sheet music is highlighted again.
Yeah, it's mine.
Can you play the tune for us?
Sure. It's literal.
Oh. Right. Piano is this one. I'm literally drawing the symbols. Okay. And then... Fuck. I probably don't even need to draw them. It's probably just gonna use them, like... Yeah, it saves them. I don't even need to draw them. Shit. I truly don't remember where the other things would be. One of them's singing and one of them's the bell. What if I go here?
We know a little more about the crime scene now. So, what do you think? Was Freya stabbed by her own painting?
Blood from the pot was used to paint over. Painted inked feather to resemble a bloody
Blood
knife.
from the paint pot was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife. Almost. Maybe just change one thing. Blood from the paint pot
Hide evidence?
was used to paint over the painted ink dip feather to hide the evidence. Nope.
Oh, was used to paint the red tip of the... Yeah.
Blood from the paint pot was used to paint the red tip of the painted ink dip feather to resemble a bloody knife.
I think you're right. Can't decide if I'm disappointed or relieved.
I have a question. Why?
Either it's a very
No
strange
idea.
coincidence, or somebody set it up.
Somebody deliberately put blood in the paint pot and hid that feather after the crime. Why? To distract us?
Possibly.
Well, it worked.
Possibly.
Flora's the only person who could have hidden the feather, unless someone took it from her.
Let's go over what we do know. The door was locked the whole time. It stayed locked until Fitz kicked it down. Normally, it can only be opened from the inside. Pointer said he couldn't see Freya from his telescope, but he did see Flora lying by the window.
So whatever got Freya got Flora too?
Except Flora survived. She didn't get a stab wound like Freya did.
Hold on. If there was no knife, then what did stab Freya?
It could be anything. It might not even be important.
How is it not important?
Right now, I'm less interested in the what, and more interested in the how.
I mean,
The angle of Freya's wound suggests she was stabbed at a perfect right angle.
the only thing that could actually get in there, right, and then back out if the door was locked, and then we've seen the gaps in the ceiling, the only thing that could get in and out would be anything small enough to fit through the gap in the ceiling, which wouldn't really be able to stab a person and knock another person to their feet. So it had to come in through the window, so it had to be the bird. The bird had to have come in, and the murderer's the bird? But then, like, why do we have the little reel with the like, string on it? That kinda seems like it was used to retrieve a weapon through the roof.
That is, from directly in front of her. But she was standing right up by the canvas.
Somehow, Freya ended up lying on her back, still perfectly in line with a painting.
Maybe something went through it.
Through the painting? Wouldn't that leave a hole?
Okay, well, how about this? How do we know Freya was stabbed before she fell over? Maybe her being stabbed and her falling over are completely unrelated.
Maybe the bird came in and knocked them both down, and then somebody dropped a knife from the ceiling and then retrieved it with the string through the gap in the ceiling? Because there was only one small pool of blood on her chest, so maybe she got knocked on her ass. Oh. Fuck. So we still need 2 more parts of the melody. We need the bell, and we need singing. I'm gonna be honest here. I don't remember anybody singing. Also, there's no bell. There's no bell tower. Maybe we just play the tape? It would explain why things are cracked. That something came in and knocked them over.
It's piano music.
I know it's got a hint button, and I know I can press it, but I want to try and work out what the singing is and what the bell is. Did Penelope sing at any point? Penelope seems the most likely to sing. No? I'm gonna use it. I'm gonna cheat. Melody in Flora's tower?
The attic strike.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
It's piano music.
Yep. I don't know what else we heard in here.
We already solved it.
Yeah. Did we hear some kind of melody in the main entrance? No, I don't remember this at all. A melody in here?
It's
There are weeds in there.
it's an aquarium.
Could be. Anymore.
This is the Grand Hall. Is this the main entrance?
What?
I think it's a family.
I've got to say, I am like lost at this point. A melody in here.
Finally, we get to investigate a murder and a spook.
It's not that
Don't
spooky.
ruin this.
There was a bell. I never clicked this. I never clicked this when I first came here. Yeah, that's the first time I've clicked that. I would have completely forgotten there was a bell there. Alright, well, we're one thing away. We only have singing to get now. I'm hinting it. I don't remember hearing singing in Flora's tower. Like, what the fuck? Did we hear some kind of melody in Flora's tower? No. I don't remember hearing singing in Flora's tower at all. Like, what? I'm gonna need a walkthrough guide, because I can't think of a way to get Flora's... to make Flora sing. Like, what?
Half the room is a...
I don't know if you can call it more the
like-
sudden absence of wall.
There's nothing here that would make her play a song or sing. There's only the gramophone. Maybe if I just play this and don't touch anything? Maybe it's Flora's voice. And when Flora sings, it's the final part. Yeah, this is it.
Weird.
It's someone humming a tune.
It's Flora. Alright, anyway, we got it all.
That's all.
So, what do we do with them?
Should we go back to the gardens again?
Yeah. I kind of feel bad for cheating, but I don't remember, like... I don't remember the bell one bit. Not one bit. Like, the bell? No.
Let's try this again.
You know, I think we might be...
Oh.
I'm sure we can solve this now.
I want him to talk.
Let's try this again.
Never mind. I don't even need to draw the symbols. The symbols are just here.
That's gotta be right.
Nothing. Maybe it's broken.
Wait, do you hear that?
Yeah, big door.
Where do you think it goes?
I'm not. Oh wait, no. I thought it was gonna be like another false ending. Research notes. Is there any research notes in here? Actually, I'm gonna BRB. I've been sitting here for 2 hours. I'll be back in 1 minute. Alright, what up? We're in Dexter's lab. Let's click on everything.
Bugs. Big ones.
Looks like they're made of metal.
Bugs.
Looks like they're made of metal. Hand-drawn entomology charts. Hand-drawn entomology chart.
Thirsty? Thirsty?
That face.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Oh. Oh, wow. This is the exact same as the other thing? It is. Again, I didn't need to copy anything down. This is identical. Yep. And then this is the same as the research notes. We've seen this. We've seen this in Fitz's garden.
Didn't we see those same symbols in the greenhouse?
Yeah.
Reminds me of the chart from the library.
The one from the chalkboard?
Yeah. Is that a periodic table?
No, but it does kind of look like one.
What are those symbols?
They're alchemic symbols, mostly based on the planets, the sun, the moon, stuff like that.
Did I miss something in the astronomy tower?
Is that a periodic?
No, but it does. They're all mostly based.
Is that a periodic?
No, but they're all.
All right, let's have a look at this. Yeah, these are the symbols for the planets, right? This is Venus. This is Mars. Uh-oh. I might not be the best at this. I don't remember these at all. I think this is the sun, or maybe Mercury. Who knows? I think this is the sun and the moon, though, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I don't know. There's more here than there are planets. But it looked like on... Maybe I'm missing one sheet of paper. Maybe the last sheet of paper is in this chest. We got a hatch on the floor. We got chalkboard.
Perched on a barrel.
Very medieval.
I was thinking pirates.
Medieval pirates.
The ladder leading back up to the gardens. It looks like they're being boiled, but the liquid is ice cold. A cracked glass tank with 9 little rooms. Each one has 1 or 2 insects inside. I can't tell if they're still alive.
I like that you called them rooms.
It's so dark. I can barely tell what I'm looking at. What's in there?
Beetles. This one's wearing a tuxedo.
9 beetles. All different, all dead.
Poor little guys.
There's a bunch of notes written all around them. It's mostly numbers. No idea what they mean. It's a little
That's weird.
What?
It looks compared to the beetles.
It's a little diagram of a beetle, with some incomprehensible notes scribbled next to it.
That's weird.
What?
It looks really normal compared to the beetles behind the glass.
9 beetles.
Poor little
There's
bits.
it's mostly numbers. Chemistry apparatus.
Is that a lab coat?
Warning, hand wash only. Size, small. Rows of plants, growing in wide wooden boxes.
Weed.
What color is the soil?
It looks black, but it's too dark to tell.
This place would never pass a fire safety inspection. It's a hatch.
But we're already in the basement.
Depends on your perspective.
Let's not go down just yet. We still haven't explored this room properly.
Alright. I think the last set of research notes are going to be in the chest, because there's no way I've missed them. There's no way. And then that's probably going to let us solve whatever puzzle this is.
Is it locked?
If it even is a puzzle.
Seems likely, doesn't it?
Okie dokie, we got a key.
Safe.
I'm pretty sure the latches can slide into the middle.
Oh. I guess we're trying to solve a... I guess we're trying to, like, solve it like a maze? No? Diagonally slide the latches until they are in the correct position. So we're probably trying to match up the pink and no? I don't even know. We're trying to get the key to the lock, right? That's what you would assume. So maybe like... Huh. I mean, it has to end like this. It would have to. And then... Could it be possible that you just don't use one of these? Nah, no. They all have to be used. How do I get this last part? Like this. Ta-da? Ta-da.
No, that was it.
Nice work. Anything inside?
Yeah, more research.
Oh my god, I racked my brain trying to find that third research page for ages. Yeah, this has to be it. Our unique flora and fauna is the byproduct of a number of, as of yet, unidentified chemicals. There's a picture of Boggy's feet. Rare feet pick. These chemicals are continually present in the water, forming clouds and filling the lake. This causes a variety of mutations in plants and animals. Smaller creatures such as arachnids, insects, mollusks, amphibians, and crustaceans are the most affected. However, the chemicals may travel up the food chain and cause mutations in birds and reptiles. As far as we know, mammals remain completely unaffected. Apart from Penny, right? Apart from Penny.
Whose research is this?
Pretty obviously Freya's. Can I ask other people about the research? Is everybody gone now?
Let's not wander off right now.
Oh, it locks you in. It locks you into doing this. Okay. Hold on.
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all?
Yeah. Let's just solve it.
This is some seriously in-depth research.
That's impressive, but it's incomplete. There's a section missing.
Part 4. This. Part 4, the beetle.
So, this is Pointer's secret lab.
Definitely seems like he's the one using it.
I guess not a lot of people know about the secret entrance.
Right. But
Oh
if
my
Pointer's
god, I'm an
the
idiot.
only one who comes
I'm an
down
idiot.
here,
It's not Freya. It's definitely Pointer's lab. How did I like mess that up?
why would he need to lock his research in a safe? Who is he hiding it from?
He's just paranoid, especially about his golden beetle.
What do you think he's trying to do exactly?
He's trying to make one. Pointer has been trying to breed a golden beetle in the underground
Pointer
lab.
has been trying to breed the golden beetle in the underground
Oh
laboratory.
god. I should have said has been trying to
Why?
breed Freya.
Because
That would have been
it's
it would have been funny. She's 19, right? I'm 11. It would have been, and they're not related. It would have been funny.
Because it's gold?
Is that it?
I think so. I don't think he cares about entomology any more than he cares about astronomy.
Yeah, maybe that's the reason that Fitz as well is trying to grow like crystal-y stuff too.
He just wants to get one over on Felix. If he can breed his own gold, suddenly Poppy's inheritance is looking pretty,
Infinite. Might explain why he was so worried about losing the beetle. Maybe somebody did steal it.
might have been Freya after all. We know she was trying to get through the secret door in the garden.
She might not have known what was down here, though. Maybe she was just curious.
Curious, sure, but not naive. I reckon she knew what was going on.
I think we're still missing the bigger picture. There's no way this is all just about a beetle. We're done.
Ready to go down? Again?
Freya's alive, isn't she? No?
It's an old coat rack. Looks thoroughly neglected.
2 cloaks, and a green hat draped on top for good measure.
Basements don't normally have windows.
We're at the bottom of the lake. We must be.
Right. But if that's the lake bed, why does it look like that?
Like what?
White, smooth, no plants, no anything. That's not what a lake looks like.
Where are we? Gives off kind of a dungeon vibe.
What do people actually use chains for?
Nothing good. There's a roll of paper up there.
I'll see if I can reach it.
Let me guess. Blank.
Oh shit. Misted Mansion.
It's the room above us. The one we were just in.
The laboratory?
Yeah.
The rooftop garden. That name makes a little more sense in this context. Storage.
So Freya's room originally was a storage room. It was never a bedroom.
It's Freya's room. The library.
A bedroom.
That's Fifi's room, isn't it?
Study. Wait.
We haven't been there either.
I know what you're thinking. And no, we never went in there.
Yep.
How did we miss it?
Yep. It's probably accessible through Poppy's bedroom with like the eye on the floor, because Poppy's bedroom is... It looks a bit different on the other map. It looks like it's slightly higher up, I would say.
A bedroom.
Penny's room, I think.
Penny's? Oh yeah, sorry, yeah. Poppy's room is here. So maybe it's not... Oh! Penny's wall! With the pointless staircase. Maybe the pointless staircase goes over the study.
It's the aviary. Music room. That's the room we're in now. It must be. It's not labeled as anything on these plans, though.
I think it already existed when this was made.
So, the whole house is built on top of some kind of platform.
Apparently. This seems pretty significant.
Agreed.
Okay.
We're too late. This photograph has been stabbed.
She shouldn't be making jokes like that. She should not be making jokes like that when Freya was actually stabbed.
Why? By what?
Not sure. Some kind of metal stabbing thingy.
It's a fire poker, right? A sleek but sturdy metal rod is being stabbed into a photograph. The rod has a curved and pointed tip like an arrow, or the hand of a clock. There's a small loop at the back with a short length of red rope connected to it. The metal is perfectly cleaned and polished. This was definitely used to kill Freya. It's the murder weapon.
So what's the photo?
Damaged photo. It's been framed but is slightly damp. The broad-shouldered man in the photo is the Remington dude, right? It's Flora's father. No? It was never Felix in the little sculpture. The photograph shows a young girl. A large man is sitting next to her. Around them are several red and white birds. A metal object was stabbed into the photo, leaving a hole near the man's chest.
Do you know who it is in the photo?
A single book on a little makeshift table.
This is creeping me out slightly.
Why?
I think it's a children's book.
The amphobe, the ink dip, the soul bearer. The soul bearer is the crab, and then the silver snake is the thing we saw in the lake. Mists of the Sea and Sky, a children's book, the ink dip, an elegant bird with red and white plumage, the silver snake, an aquatic reptile with no eyes and a long tongue, the soul bearer, a crab with 3 different sized claws, the amphobe, a frog-like creature walking on 2 legs, boggy.
It's an empty bookcase.
Something tells me it's been empty for a long time.
Old cardboard boxes.
How exciting.
Oh, but there's more. They're also damp and empty.
Is that it? I think that's everything, right? I don't want to miss anything at all.
Did you notice how much light this room has? For a room with 1 candle?
It's all coming through the window.
I'm pretty sure lakes are supposed to be darker at the bottom, not lighter.
Why is there a room down here anyway? And why is it so much older than the rest of Tangle Tower?
For looking at the big snake that lives in the water.
We still don't really know why people came to live here in
The
the
big
first place.
bioluminescent snake.
Maybe they just wanted to get rich, like Pointer with his beetles.
I feel like the Remingtons came here for the lake, for what was in it.
It's empty though. More empty than a normal lake would be.
It is now, yeah. Maybe we're too late.
This man in the photo, he reminds me of something from one of our clues.
It's the little model.
Felix made a little model of him for Flora.
Yeah, it makes sense when you know who he is. Lord Remington.
Remington. That makes him Flora's father, meaning the girl in the photo is...
Yeah, it's her. See the bird too.
I never would have guessed. Times sure do change.
I don't know. I don't think she looks so different.
Let's head back up to the Grand Hall. I want to find that last room.
Like, I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that...
Oh, it's dark all of a sudden.
I'm kind of a little bit disappointed that the room above Flora's tower was just found. You just find it, right? Whereas the secret room that you originally think you're finding, which is the garden between the 2 rooms, is like a puzzle. And maybe that could have been a puzzle as well. Like finding the staircase. Maybe you could have had like the stairs. So at that point in the story, if you had the stairs become something explorable instead of just like being just the stairs, you actually made the stairs a room and like you check around on the stairs and then you could like work out how to get to the top of the tower. It would have made like, I don't know. It just feels, it feels like it's a show don't tell thing, right? It would have been good if they could have shown us them discovering it rather than just saying, oh yeah, you just discover that room and now you're in it.
How long were we down there?
This must be it. This thing goes all the way up.
How are we supposed to get up there?
Hang on. It's pitch black, but I think there's a switch. The family tree. I can just...
Does it do anything at night? No? No. Yeah. So there's Flora, Primrose, and Richard, and then, yeah. Okay.
A ladder.
Want to go up?
Well, there's all the cryptids. There's the soul bearer. Can I read that clue again? The one about the soul bearer? Where was that? Hold on. There's the diary. It's back in the flesh this time. Was it me? Did I let it out? Maybe I should rip up that painting. So the painting of the tower brought it back. The soul bearer works. Impressive little thing. I have 2 now. Need 2 more. She's talking about the clues to get into the underground thing. Found my way into the middle, surprisingly simple compared to the harp. I saw them, all 5, eyes blacked out. Don't know who she's talking about. Despite everything, I still have a promise to keep. I'll do my best. She could do with a little company.
Is that a crab?
It's got a translucent exoskeleton. You can actually see its insides.
Also, crabs normally have 2 claws, right? Not 3?
It's the soul bearer.
Ugh. You sure we should be touching it?
Grimoire, don't you think it looks familiar?
I guess that's wrong.
I don't think we need...
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file.
Huh? What am I meant to be doing here?
This crab really... Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
What am I meant to do? Like, align it to look like the statue? So both these are going up, and this one on the left is going down.
Is that
It's got a...
Also, crabs normally...
It's got a...
Also...
Is that it?
I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think we need...
What do you mean?
We have all the information we need in our case file. This crab really... Yeah, but I think I've seen it more recently.
What the fuck? In the case file? This file? I'm so lost. I don't know where this is. We only have this depiction of the crab, right? Oh shit, never mind. So it's doing like a crab rave to the right. Yeah. And then the one on the side is closed.
Is that a crab?
It's got a...
Also... I guess that's
I don't
wrong.
think
What do you
we have
mean?
all the information we needed.
Nothing.
I'm sure I've seen this thing somewhere.
Nope.
Wasn't this...
The children's book. Nope.
Wasn't this
The children's
this crab...
In the
really-
children's
yeah,
book?
I've seen
What the
it more.
fuck are they talking about? Yeah, that's what I'm doing, right? How am I not doing this right? I'm gonna draw it since you can't actually get back into this. I'm assuming it's like just reposition it the same way, but it feels like I did that.
Is that a
It's got
also...
Right? Maybe like, maybe this is 45 degrees and then this is open. And then this is 45 degrees and open, and then this is 45 degrees and closed.
Perfect.
Didn't I do this a minute ago? Come on.
What's this?
The crossbow that was used to shoot the thing, right?
Something somebody didn't want us to find.
Used to shoot the arrow thing. And then the little winder. Yeah. I thought that they just dropped it, but that doesn't really make sense. It wouldn't, like, stab somebody.
What is it?
Like, it goes with this real thing, but... Is this a sight as well? Nah, there's no room for a sight on it.
Some kind of fish and a bird skull, I guess?
If that's a bird skull, we're talking about a 15-foot bird here.
Well, how about we stop talking about it? Centipede? Millipede? How many legs has it got?
Too many. Those aren't bird cages.
Some of them are disconcertingly large.
At least they're all empty.
You sure that's a good thing? Who are all the people in this photo?
This is the thing where it says their eyes are all blacked out.
But it looks like someone didn't like them very much. Their eyes have all been crossed out.
Yep. 5 of them and their eyes are blacked out. And then the connection between the two families. This is the connection. Like, all along it's been saying there's no connection between the families. This clearly looks like, this is a fellow. This is a Remington. This is... oh god. A pointer? A photograph in a sturdy wooden frame. It's dusty and looks several years old. A brass plaque at the bottom of the frame reads, "The Ambassadors of Misted Mansion." The photo shows 2 women and 3 men wearing a variety of styles of clothing. All 5 people had their faces crudely covered with black ink. This isn't actually Poppy though, right? This has got to be like Poppy's mother? Has to be.
That photo is important. I'm sure of it.
You know, in any normal room, this thing would be my main concern. In here, though, it barely makes the top 3. Dragon?
Snake?
Worm?
That's the one.
They called this room a study?
What would you call it?
The secret death chamber.
True.
Of doom.
An axe and some kind of hunting rifle mounted on the wall.
And then the crossbow's
Honestly,
missing.
It doesn't look like they've been moved in a few years.
I'm more worried about the third one.
The third one?
The one that isn't there.
An incinerator built into the wall. It's still pretty hot.
Is there anything left inside?
It's mostly ashes. But yeah, there's something.
Why is there buttons? Not much more than a pile of ash and dust. Among the ashes are several black buttons. Red-colored scraps of fabric are still visible. I need to cough.
Nice chair.
It's still warm.
Maybe it's just heat from the incinerator.
Maybe. Coffee table, half-empty wine bottle.
My throat is
laptop.
really bad today. I keep coughing like every 5 seconds. Every word I get out of my
I'm
mouth, I
gonna
need to
say
cough.
Someone's been using this room.
Someone complacent enough to leave their notebook lying around.
Several pages have been ripped out, but a few remain. 5th Ambassador located, finally. Can't say I harbored any optimism, but still somehow disappointed. No better than the rest of them. Took my misted friend into the music room for experiments. It works. Perhaps too well. The laboratory was another disappointment. All that effort for what? He's even more short-sighted than I could have guessed. Went to the bottom, nice view. It's been cleaned out. But I have what I need. She got in. She was careful. Nothing was moved, but I know. It's time. So... the way I'm seeing it, Percy's the murderer? Or Percy had an an accomplice? Not an apprentice, an accomplice.
It's a wooden pinboard hung up on one of the chains.
Looks like there's a couple of things missing from it.
Hawkshaw? A large central sheet of paper has been pinned to it. 4 lines have been drawn from a gap in the center. A smaller sheet underneath features a drawing resembling the silhouette of a cloaked figure.
Someone's been using this room.
Do those look like scratch marks to you? On the glass?
Yeah, they're on the inside. A wooden stool.
I think this is it, right?
crumpled up paper.
Is there anything written on any of it?
Not really. It's mostly blank.
Yeah, I think that's all the clues.
I don't get it. This room is in the original building plans for the mansion. But nowadays it's some big secret?
It's not a secret to everybody. At least one other person still knows about this room.
The way the notebook was left out on the table makes me think it's someone who has the room all to themselves.
Whoever it was, they left more than just the notebook. There's a whole design project on this pinboard. Feels like someone put quite a bit of effort into it.
It's a shame there are things missing from it. Now I'm betting it.
Hawkshaw was outside though, so he couldn't have been the murderer,
That
right?
might
Like
not
there was
be
no way for him
impossible,
to get
you
to
know.
the attic. It would have to be the photo, right? Maybe? And then the torn thing would have to be the drawing?
That doesn't seem right.
We
No?
need something that could attach to the pin.
The letter? Or this?
That's not right. We're looking for...
I think it might have been found with a couple of other items.
Oh.
The painting from Freya's room and those sketches. Did Freya design Detective Hawkshaw's clothes? What kind of sense does that make?
I don't think that's why Freya made that painting.
Did Hawkshaw switch places with Freya? Like, no. This is stupid. This is the back of Hawkshaw. Right? Wait.
But it may have been why
There's no
somebody
way.
took a photo of it.
There's
to use
no
as
way.
reference. And as for those sketches of Hawkshaw, I don't think Freya actually drew them. It was somebody else. Someone with less of a talent for art.
Doesn't exactly narrow it down. Should we go ask Detective Hawkshaw about all this?
I'm not sure. I still don't know what's really going on.
Another photograph.
Their faces are all crossed out with some kind of black ink.
That's weird.
Oh, you think so?
No, I mean, something I just realized. Sally, did we meet any of these people?
No.
Here at Tangle Tower?
They're all the people that are missing, right? Like I think it's Poppy's mother is one of them. 100%.
Well, the woman on the left looks a little like Poppy, but her style is way different.
But if it's just an old photo of Poppy, and then this is Fiona's. Oh, dude, I'm fucking lost. This guy on the right is Felix, or it looks like Felix, and then the broad-shouldered man is Flora's father.
And at first I thought the guy on the top right was Felix.
But it's not.
But now that I look at
No,
it,
it's Felix's father.
I don't think it is him.
And then Flora's father, Poppy's mother. Blah blah blah.
Was someone trying to hide it? From us?
I don't know, but it looks incomplete to me. I want to know what happened to the rest of it. Where are the other parts?
We have the other parts.
We found them already.
Ta-da!
What do you make of it?
Not
Dunzo.
sure. Let's keep an open mind.
You don't think the crossbow is the murder weapon?
Oh no, the crossbow is definitely the murder weapon. But that doesn't mean we've solved the mystery.
Why did she fall over? Maybe she fell over when the bird like swooped in and caused like a ruckus, and then the person was meant to kill the bird, but they killed Freya instead. Or maybe Freya was holding the bird. No?
Time to
Fuck.
solve this.
I feel like the ashes in the furnace, right? The ashes in the furnace are the ashes of the bird, the ink dip bird. And maybe somebody was trying to capture the ink dip bird, but they accidentally killed Freya, but that doesn't make any sense. I don't know, man. I feel like I don't know enough.
All right, break out the notebook. Time to put it all together.
Let's start with this. It's an arrow for the crossbow, and it matches Freya's
And they
wound.
said it's been cleaned.
It's the murder weapon. I'm sure of it.
Despite the fact it doesn't have any blood on it, and it wasn't found anywhere near the crime scene.
Mm-hmm. It was cleaned, then it was hidden. I don't think anybody expected us to get down to that room at the bottom of the lake.
Okay, so Freya was shot by a crossbow. Where was it fired from?
The secret room.
It was
Above.
fired from above Freya.
Above, huh?
Yeah, our diagram doesn't show everything. Let's add in the rest of the crime scene.
The attic.
Perfect hiding place. We even found a part of the murder weapon up there. The reel was used to pull the arrow back up through the crack in the floorboards.
Explains why we never found a weapon at the crime scene, I guess.
The murderer must have dropped the reel in the attic. I'm guessing they were in a hurry to escape.
Wait. The arrow was fired through the crack in the floorboards?
Yeah, it's directly above where Freya was found lying on her back.
Nope. Doesn't add up. It would have missed her if she was still standing up by the painting.
Ah, right.
I don't know how she got knocked down. Freya was already lying on her back, but I think the bird had to have swooped in, right?
Freya
It has
was
to
already
be.
lying on her back before the arrow was fired.
Did... Fuck, this is so stupid. Did the plant on the window attract the beetle? And then the bird was attracted to the beetle to eat it, and then it swooped in?
I think so too.
She'd fallen unconscious.
She'd fallen unconscious.
Something in the room.
Something
caused Freya to
concussed
fall
them.
Unconscious.
It's either the gramophone or Flora. I'm gonna go gramophone. Paint fumes?
The gramophone.
Right.
But the gramophone by itself can't do that.
Is the music being played?
It was the music being played.
What?
Let's
No.
try that again.
No, no,
But the
no.
gramophone by itself can't
There
do...
was something in the gramophone.
Mm-hmm. Something small.
The beetle? Oh no. Is it the beetle?
Pointer's research says it can emit...
Yeah,
an
the hiss was
incredibly
amplified
loud
by the
hiss when
gramophone.
threatened.
But then did it emit that sound because it was being threatened by the bird?
Poppy and Fitz both said they heard a loud noise around the time of the murder. Neither of them had any idea what it was.
This seems a little far-fetched. Is it really loud enough to knock someone out?
If it's
No.
in the bell of the
I don't think
thing,
so,
it
not
would
by
be.
itself. But don't forget, it was being amplified by the shape of the gramophone. Now, I don't think we're purely talking about volume either. It might just be a particular type of frequency.
This is getting kinda scientific. Since when do you know anything about the effects of weaponized audio frequency?
I don't, but I think someone else does. Do you remember that statue we found in the music
Fitz.
room? The hornet's playing. It's a pretty similar shape to the one on the gramophone.
And they
That
broke
broken
the glass with
isn't
it.
there on accident. This is someone's science experiment.
Thinking about it, Pointer said he saw Flora was knocked out too.
Is that why Fitz wears headphones in case the fucking bugs noise?
I guess they were both in range of
No,
noise,
right?
although
No.
Pointer might have been lying.
Personally, I think he was telling the truth about that. It's pretty clear a powerful frequency did pass through Flora's tower. Caused quite a bit of damage too.
Cracked paints.
Those cracks didn't appear out of nowhere. Freya's paints, the pink cassette tape, and the gramophone itself, they all sustained similar damage while they were in that room.
The egg
That's some
didn't.
seriously powerful vibration. Enough to crack metal. Enough to knock someone out all the way across
The egg was
room.
far away though.
Yeah, that's the one thing I don't get. If the frequency was so powerful and had such a big range,
The door hinges?
how did the murderer pull it off?
I don't
Wouldn't
know.
they have been in range too?
Like, why were the door hinges not cracked in the egg? But I guess they were the furthest thing from the sound, so it does make sense.
Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They were much further away.
Really?
Wait, no, hang on.
Wouldn't they have been in range too? Think about it. They can't have been much further away from the gramophone than Flora was.
They were knocked unconscious.
Really?
Wait, no, hang
Am I
on.
high?
Wouldn't they have? Think about it. They
They
can't.
protected themselves.
With the headphones.
These are some pretty heavy-duty earmuffs. I think they'd be enough to block out the sound.
Right. Let's go over everything from the start. 1. Freya is painting Flora's portrait. They're listening to music on the gramophone.
2. The murderer is hiding in the attic, wearing earmuffs.
3. The golden beetle starts to emit its hissing noise.
Hold on. How did it
How did they
know?
trigger it?
The beetle?
It had to be
Yeah,
startled by the
what
bird.
triggered it at that particular moment? Pointer's research said it makes the noise when it feels threatened.
I'm not sure.
So Penelope released the
Maybe
bird?
something in the music?
Maybe.
4. Freya and Flora are both knocked unconscious by the vibrations. Freya lands on her back. She drops the brush and palette by her side.
5. The murderer fires the crossbow directly downwards.
6. The arrow is pulled back up on the reel.
7. The murderer leaves the attic, presumably.
8. The door is kicked down. Fitz and Poppy enter the room.
That's it. There's something bothering me.
What?
I just want to check. Let's go back to the crime scene.
There's a real sense of atmosphere the way they changed the lighting and whatever. I'm pretty sure it's just a gradient map applied over the top of like the previous stuff, but they went into a lot of detail for this. I think they redid Sally's colors completely. Put a lot of effort into it. And it also changes the mood having this different skybox and background, which would have to be custom elements for this.
And it's dark.
Is it the rips as well? It's the rips, right?
I can see the stars.
And it's dark. The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
The other plant is missing. Right? This. What does it want me to do? I really don't know what it wants me to do. Take a second look at the clues in Flora's tower. All of them?
And it's dark.
The plant. It's in the book.
Yeah.
What?
There was another one.
Look.
This particular habit usually only eats the seeds of the Tantum amica. So it came to eat that, and that's what harassed the bird, right? Or harassed the beetle.
The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
What does it want me to do?
And it's dark. The answer is in the painting. I'm sure of it.
But what do you want me to do? Like I've got it, bro. Like I've worked this shit out.
I can see the stars. Freya, did you leave us a clue?
The yellow paint? Huh? That's it, right?
So what's bothering you?
They were gonna paint the beetle in gold.
Something that's not here. The thing we didn't find.
But it wasn't painted?
We know she was holding it during the painting.
Or was it the other
Flora's
plant?
white dip feather?
It was here. In this room.
I'm so high.
Where'd it go?
We found it somewhere else. We were a little too late to save it.
So it was stolen from the crime scene. And ended up in the incinerator down in the study.
Someone wanted to destroy it, I guess.
But how? How was it stolen from up here in Flora's tower?
Presumably, Flora dropped it when she fell unconscious.
Yeah, and then what? The murderer couldn't have stolen it if they were up in the attic.
So the question is, how could they steal something from a room they weren't able to access?
Hawkshaw said that he checked. Hawkshaw said that she opened the egg as well, and it was empty.
The final clue about the crime scene. Freya left it for us right here.
It's inside the unfinished painting. It's in the gramophone. It's in Flora's egg. It's not in the gramophone, is it? It's not in the painting. You can't, like... What? I don't know how... Like, if the sound is going off, how did she have time to do... I'm confused.
It's in the unfinished painting. It's not quite a photo, but still. It's an image of the crime scene.
Yeah.
Recorded
Yeah,
just
it's the only thing that
before
makes
the
sense,
murder.
because she couldn't have done anything when stuff was happening.
If only she'd finished it. And then I could be totally sure.
It's the beetle.
It's true she never finished it. But she did intend to finish it.
Meaning?
We know more about the painting than what Freya actually got down on the canvas.
Because the palette has gold paint, right? Like, is that it? Is that not it? I'm so confused.
Freya prepared all the colors she was going to need.
She was gonna need
before
gold.
she started painting.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch? It's going to be used to paint this?
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint this sketch of something sitting in the window.
Something in the window. Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. Is it as simple as the empty egg?
That's not it.
No. Where's the beetle? Beetle?
That's not it.
It's not a beetle? What the fuck?
That's not it.
It's not the plant. Gramophone?
That's not it.
The yellow paint was going to be used to paint... Huh? I'm gonna get this with trial and error. I really thought it was gonna be the beetle. But it's obviously a sketch of a plant, right?
That's not it. 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 That's not it.
What the fuck? The yellow paint was going to be used for something yellow in the window of Flora's tower. The only thing I could think would be the empty egg. Or the birds.
That's not it.
Oh. The bird that came to spy? Oh, the fourth bird.
There she is, our little thief.
Or not the fourth bird, the spying
How long
one.
has it been there? Did it hear the whole conversation?
She did, but she's a very good listener. Well now, I think this has quite served its purpose, don't you?
Disguise, take it off. It's Poppy. What? Who?
Penny, why did you...
It's Penelope, if you don't mind.
Huh, what?
But before we begin, isn't there a certain formality demanding our attention?
She wants me to tie her hands. I'm gonna leave her untied.
I'm afraid I have to insist. It's to the benefit of us all, I assure you.
Is she a werewolf?
Lovely. Now, tell me, what was it that drove you this far? I'm ever so curious.
Justice for Freya.
Is that right? Interesting.
Why did you do it, Penny? What did Freya do to you?
Absolutely nothing.
So, what? You just hated her indiscriminately?
Freya Fellow was an inspiration to us all. She was possessed of a great energy. The volition to create something from nothing. The willpower to walk beyond her boundaries. She was truly free. Everything I couldn't be.
You know what? I just realized I actually have no idea who Penelope Pointer really is.
Weird, isn't it? Considering we've met her, what is it, 3 times now?
Exactly. How do we know this one isn't a disguise too?
You think you've already hollowed us out, don't you? Only a few short hours at Tangle Tower, and you feel like you've got everyone sussed. Unearthed every single one of our secrets. Nothing but bullet points for your notebook. Go on, indulge me. What does it say in your notes about Penelope Pointer?
I think if I was to have written a notebook about Penelope, I would have written that, like, she wants to leave, but she doesn't. And she likes to appear to be something she's not. I'm kind of confused, though. Is she actually part bird? This is so stupid. But, like, if she could talk to the spy bird, is she actually part bird? Is she, like... Oh, no. She's lonely.
I suppose I can't argue with that, can I?
Penny, we only know what you choose to tell us, so why not help us out?
Very well. Penelope Pointer is actually not very important at all. She pales in comparison to those who came before her and to those that came after. Living at Tangle Tower, it is very difficult to attain the levels of self-realization you probably take for granted.
If I had to guess, I would also say that Fitz is a werewolf. But just throwing that out there.
You sure this is a Tangle Tower thing and not a you thing?
Perhaps you didn't notice. Not one of them is happy. Not one.
True.
So why stay? Why not just leave?
I thought she did leave.
She had a lot of
Penny, you said you
suitcases.
traveled, didn't you?
Yeah, exploring and stuff.
I did. Many times I've walked away. It did not help me. You saw the family tree hanging in the grand hall, did you not?
Yeah, it lists a bunch of people who don't live here anymore.
A bunch of people who don't live here anymore. I couldn't have put it better myself. My mother, for one. My father, too. The other two Remingtons. Poppy's mother, Primrose. And her brother, Richard.
And Fitz's father.
That's 5. 5 people that might have lived here, but don't.
And that was the first question I wanted answered.
You wanted to know where they'd all gone?
More than that, I wanted to know if I belonged with them. I have no place here. Not among the Fellows, the Remingtons, or the Pointers. But I felt there must be a reason why everyone else left. Some common purpose they all shared. Perhaps it could be my purpose, too.
So, what did you actually do about it?
Nothing I could do, at first. Nobody would tell me anything. The more questions I asked, the fewer answers I got. Then, I found it. I was 19. Same age Freya is now.
Found what?
The thing in the lake. The study.
The study. The one hidden in the middle of the house. It's right next to a bedroom.
I'd hear voices at night. Deep ones. And the strangest thing, the wall behind my bed would get incredibly hot. For hours on end. The paint would peel. Wallpaper wouldn't stay up. I thought I was cursed. I thought it was something trying to break through. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. I found my way in the same way you did. Once you know it's there, it's simple.
So, you got into the study and found the incinerator. That must have been a relief, right?
It was still warm when I found it. Then, I looked inside. Let's see how thorough you've been. Tell me, do you know what a misted is?
Misted?
Mistids? Sure, yeah.
You're more observant than I thought.
Sorry, what are we talking about?
Like cryptids.
It's a collective term from before my time. Birds, insects, amphibians, anything living off the lake water. The mutation can take several generations, or it can happen overnight.
Wait, mistids, like cryptids, like Bigfoot or whatever.
A little egregious, isn't it? I suspect that was an intentional parallel. The main difference being mistids are perfectly real. They're just kept secret. Or at least, that was the original plan. As it happened, some got out. Quite a few got out.
How do you know all this?
When I entered the study at 19, I found a single object that rather changed my life. Something which answered my questions while at once creating all new ones.
Something Penny found in this study that answered her questions. I'd have to say it's the group photo, right? It's not a children's book, because she would have known about that already.
The 5 missing family members standing together as a single unit, calling themselves the ambassadors of Misted Mansion.
So, the house was renamed from Misted Mansion to Tangle Tower?
And rightly so. The age of Misted Mansion is long past. When I looked inside the incinerator on my first visit to the study, I found nothing but ash. The afterimage of a bygone era denied to me in its entirety. The study, the room at the bottom of the lake itself, all empty shells. I felt my only hope lay with the ambassadors. If I could find them, maybe they'd share the family history that Flora and the others were trying so hard to forget.
How did you track them down?
It was tough. They'd taken almost everything. Books, maps, charts. The creatures themselves, all lost, taken away or destroyed. But I got lucky. I got a lead. I found one, and he led me to the rest.
And? What happened? Why'd you paint out all their faces?
They didn't help you either, did they?
19-year-old me had imagined they'd all left with a mission, a unified purpose, but they hadn't. They were, in fact, every bit as fractured as the people that still live here. Most of them had left tracking escaped mystics. Some claimed to be researchers, others little more than hunters. All 5 completely useless to me.
Even your own parents?
Eventually, I returned to Tangle Tower. I had nowhere else to go. I considered giving up. But instead, I made a decision. There was only one person at Tangle Tower still of interest to me. My dear Uncle Pointer had suddenly made a show of taking up astronomy. A fairly superficial charade. I don't think many people were fooled by it. But I knew it wasn't just a falsehood. It was a mask. Pointer had found something from the era of Misted Mansion.
The beetle?
So where did he get the beetle?
I cannot be sure, but I theorized that he received it in the post.
In the post?
What?
From who?
Well, I thought it only grew around here.
Outside Tangle Tower. But the thought that he would be in contact with such a person all that time, I decided to take what was owed to me.
So you stole it?
Stealing the beetle turned out to be only the first step. Upon realizing it was gone, Pointer made little effort to disguise his frustration. I asked what was bothering him. He foresaw no risk in sharing a little of the truth with his niece. He told me he'd lost a rare treasure, something he'd been keeping safe. I suggested, innocently, that perhaps it was not lost. Perhaps it had been stolen. He was very ready to believe he'd been the victim of theft. When I offered to call in a private detective, he jumped on the idea. She arrived the next day. Hawkshaw prides herself on her punctuality, as you know.
Why, though? Why go through all that? The name, the costume, and everything?
It's somewhat sad to admit, but I had little use left for Penny Pointer as she was. Hawkshaw afforded me new advantages, opportunities.
But didn't you have to pretend to be working for Professor Pointer?
Well, that was one of the advantages. Pointer was in such a desperate state, he was finally willing to share some of his secrets. On the second day, Hawkshaw explained she needed to be able to search the secret laboratory.
I'm a little bit confused over one thing. So remember the chart in Fifi's room that linked everybody? And it linked Hawkshaw and Pointer? And I took that to mean that she'd worked out there was a connection between them. But she also linked us, Sally and Grimoire. And then she also linked Poppy and Fitz. And it's like... Is it a romance thing? Is it not? Like, what do the threads mean? What do the links mean? And then, I don't know.
Pointer gave in and gave me the code for the harp statue. Reluctantly, but still.
Oh, that's what this was. And then the torn piece.
So, you stole Pointer's research?
I would have done, if I'd found anything worth stealing. But he had made remarkably little progress, barely scratching the surface of the beetle's true mystery.
Which is?
It carries an exoskeleton approximately 90% identical to gold. But it's not the 90% I'm interested in. Did you ever question what exactly makes the water here so unique? Before Misted Mansion
It's
was
the
built
big serpent,
over the lake,
right? With no
before
eyes.
the lake was even a lake. Lord Remington and his wife built a small structure here, a research station, supposedly. Fast forward 2 or 3
That's
generations.
why the bunker was made of stone.
As you saw for yourself, it's been mostly cleared out.
Or was it not
The
stone?
ambassadors took everything when they left.
And everything they didn't take was burned in the incinerator. However, possessing additional insight, I found something the others had missed. It's not much, but I have what I need.
So, why isn't this the end of the story? Why did you stay? Why did you kill Freya?
What does it want me to do now? Talk to her again? I mean, we just talked to her. Her will. Her will.
Let's not wander off right now.
The will of Freya fell. I mean, we knew she was the inheritor, but, like, she wasn't the one to kill now. The person to kill now would be who was the next in line. Unless they were setting the scene?
Basements don't.
Or at the bottom of the mine.
Right, but
Like
if
what?
Yeah, this place is stone. I was right. This is all stone walls because it's underneath. Because originally this was like the low research base. Someone appeared in the shadows of Flora's tower? What the fuck? The shadows? I'm confused as hell. Oh. It's this. I thought this was ticked off.
Simply put, Freya was too good for me. It's my fault. I pushed her over the edge, unknowingly, but still, I take the blame.
What are you talking about?
I'm kind of confused by one thing. You know the research in that other room that has like the A, B, C, D, E, F, G thing? And then there's a question mark pointing to the A, and I worked out that it would be 26Z190. I don't really know what that means yet. I almost want to be really cryptic and like tweet it to the devs and see if I get a response, because it's like, I have no idea what that means.
Did you know I based the design for Hawkshaw on something Freya painted?
Yeah, that's why you took the photo.
That's right. I had assumed it was purely abstract. I just thought it had a good energy. I later discovered it was a figure of some kind, something from Freya's recurring nightmare. For all her vitality, I think Freya was probably the most troubled of all of us. She was desperate to leave Tangle Tower, but she couldn't just walk away. For quite some time, she'd been trying to break into Pointer's laboratory. Freya and her friends were halfway through deciphering those symbols on the harp statue, I believe.
Why did she care about getting into Pointer's lab?
That's exactly what I wondered. At first, I thought perhaps she just wanted to free the beetles. She has a fondness for them. What Pointer was doing upset her significantly. But in fact, I think it was something else. I think she wanted to free Fiona.
So
The real
Fiona
reason
wouldn't be the
Freya
heir?
was unable to leave Tangle Tower is that she could not get Fiona to agree to come with her. We're now firmly in the realm of speculation, but I think Freya felt that exposing the darker secrets of Tangle Tower, not just to the rest of the family, but to the world, would compromise all three families, and perhaps, somehow, free Fiona from the shackles of her inheritance.
So she just wanted to make some like turbulence in the family so that they would break up. I kind of want to go back down to that research desk. You know how the desk had the two things on it and then it had a third thing that was to do with planets? Because that was the thing we didn't get, right? We got the symbols from Fitz's greenhouse, and then we got the other one from Fiona's room, and then we found the next research thing somewhere else, but like...
That was your plan anyway.
I don't know.
But something happened.
I feel like I missed out on it. I feel like I heavily missed out on it. Give me 1 second. I want to check one thing. Yeah, apparently the only achievement I don't have is for beating the game. So whatever the mystery thing is that I think is there doesn't give you an achievement.
Before Freya could find her way into Pointer's laboratory.
She found her way into your study, found your notes, found that photograph. I'm willing to bet she put it all together quicker than we did.
So she worked out what had happened to the 5 ambassadors. Specifically, what you'd done to them when they refused to help you.
Freya had made a promise to paint Flora as a birthday gift, a parting gift no less. She'd be in a locked room, several hours away from her friends. It was my best chance.
But why hide in the attic? And why bother with the beetle at all?
Because she needed to be out of the point of view of her husband. Or not her husband, sorry, her uncle, right? Because if Percy, like, saw her in the room, he would know that she was the murderer.
The beetle in the gramophone wasn't for Freya. It was for Flora. She didn't deserve to be involved. She suffered enough. I couldn't get Flora out of the room, but if she could be unconscious, then she wouldn't have to witness anything.
Why the knife? The illusion of the painted knife with the blood.
That was for Fiona. And Poppy too, I suppose. Gave them something to focus on.
You mean it distracted them while you made your escape?
It helped them cope. The very idea of something abstract, something supernatural.
I'm so confused though. Like, who swapped the paint? If she's in the attic, right? The beetle goes off, she shoots, she pulls up the arrow, she makes her escape, right? And we know that she made her escape down to the lab. When did she have a chance to swap the blood over if the door was locked?
I believe it made things marginally less painful for them.
Yeah,
Initially.
like, when was she able to swap the blood over for the red paint? I guess she could have did it before the red paint got brought into the room. And maybe Freya painted the red paint without knowing it was blood? That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Worked on you too.
So why are you still here? Why not take your first chance and leave?
Well, I've been waiting for an opportunity to get my beetle back. I'd really rather not leave without it.
Wait, it's still here?
It's still inside the gramophone.
Cover your ears, Grimoire. She left with the boat.
What's going on?
Poppy, they are both awake.
I can see.
You two all right?
My head hurts. What happened to us?
You were both unconscious. 14 minutes by my count.
Really?
You're both fine. No injuries.
So this isn't the spy chicken, and it was never a hat. It was just like an actual bird on Penelope's head.
Was it the beetle? In the gramophone? I heard it through the ceiling in my room.
The exact same sound we heard before the murder.
I guess it must have been.
So how did we get down here? What happened to Penny?
Fitz saved both of you, obviously.
When I reached Flora's tower, you were both unconscious, and Penny was crouched down beside you. She had her crossbow on her, but who knows? She may have just been checking you were both asleep.
Did you know that she was the murderer?
Poppy and Fifi suspected her. Apparently, they were pretty close to solving it themselves.
Fitz did not want to believe us, because he liked Penny. A lot.
But what happened? Fitz, what did she do when she saw you?
She jumped out the window.
What? Did she survive?
She did.
I heard something land in the garden outside my room, but by the time I got out there to check, she was already gone.
Hang on. Poppy, why do you have Penny's hat bird?
She left him behind. I found him sitting on the floor in the aviary.
The hat
all by
bird.
himself.
Hat bird, bro.
Poor little thing. The mean lady didn't care about you at all, did she? No, she didn't.
I apologize. Poppy seems to be under the illusion that the bird can understand human language.
So, Penny got away.
I'm afraid she did.
We had suspected she might try to escape. I was stationed here by the lake's edge. I proved to be an ineffective guard. She took the boat.
Did she take the beetle with her?
Nope,
How do you know?
because it's right here.
It was still in the gramophone. I guess I scared her off before she had a chance to take it.
Poppy, what are you going to do with it? Are you going to give it back to your father?
No, I'm not. It doesn't belong to anyone. So, I'm going to put it on the ground and never bother it again. I think that's what she would have wanted.
That's it? That's it? Nah, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. That was pretty 10 out of 10. Dude, I'm glad I never looked up the voice actors because the voice actor for Hawkshaw and Penelope were the same. I might have ruined that for myself. But yeah. I guess it ties up everything, but I still feel like the water in the lake is because of the big serpent. And that the serpent's there. I'm just wondering why it wouldn't tell you that. This is a nice ending though. Yeah. Wow. I'm giving this game an 8. It's an 8. Hopefully they make another one. I hope SFB Games continues to make more point-and-click adventures. They definitely have some improvements in this game compared to Detective Grimoire. It can only go up from here, right? More of the same or better. I am hoping though that they stick with this scale of game so that they could make more of them rather than like make some big deep 3D game. And I think that's all the achievements as well, which still just leaves me with one mystery. The one mystery being, what is the stuff on this table? What is this thing with the planets? This...
What a mess.
Any idea what this is all about?
Like, I don't get this at all. I'm pretty sure these are the free research parts that are needed for this, right? Like, that's it. There's something you can work out from this. The only thing I can think is, right, so 191 would be A, right? 193 would be C. 195 would be E. And then 196 is just F. So it's just E, F, G, H. So it's A, C, E, F, H. It doesn't really mean anything. And then the Roman numerals as well. The Roman numerals, like I, would be pi. Like, it doesn't give me anything. Pi A? Like, what does that mean? If you assume that this center is the code, and that the left and right parts are the key to cracking the code, then what you would see is 1 symbol 191. So that symbol means A, right? That triangle symbol with the crucifix thing at the bottom, the plus at the bottom. But that doesn't really feel like it does anything. Yeah, 198 would be H. Would it? 198 isn't H on the numbers thing, actually. 198 isn't H. 191 is A, right? So you would have A, and then 193 is B. And then 195 is C. So you would literally just get A, B, C, D. And then 196 is D, sorry, and then 198 is E. And then 200 would be the letter before F. If F is 201, it would be the number before. So it would just be E. But then 198 is E. I feel like I just don't know this. Like, I just can't see it. And then with the planets, their symbols obviously relate to the word of the planet, like, but I don't think that helps. I don't even know which one of these is Earth. There's definitely something here that I'm completely missing, but I guess it doesn't matter. Let's have a quick look at the concept art on the main menu. How do I get to the main menu? I want to have a little look since it was flashing up. So you can have a look at the clues concept art. Nice. I actually kind of want to sit and read all this, but maybe not on stream. I'm definitely going to read this off stream. It'd be interesting to know who came up with the design of each character first, and like just a little bit more about that. What about the lab? Is there anything here? Just since this is where that final mystery is. We knew we wanted this place to have a different tone to the rest of the game, so it's quite a pivotal moment in the narrative. I wanted it to feel moody, uncomfortable, but also exciting to explore. I really like the visuals of the candlelight highlighting the giant carcasses of insects because it looks so creepy and alien. When we initially had the idea for the secret lab, there were 3 rooms dedicated to researching different aspects of the ecosystem, bugs, plants, and water. We realized this felt a little unnecessary, and in the end, we folded all of those elements into a single room. Cool. Some concepts for a plant lab, a room which was eventually merged with the insect lab. Alright. So they're not telling you anything about that extra puzzle. So much concept art. So much work, dude. So much work. Oh my god. I imagined this sheet to be taken from a vintage music book for children, so I included the page number. The musical notes seen on it would eventually be the correct notes provided by our composer, Raphael Benjamin Mayer. Ah, but in the concept art it's just like, you know, I mean, there isn't even enough gaps on the stave. Like, yeah, staves have 4 gaps, not 3. I get it, I get it. Oh, and you can make it bigger. This clue is unique in that it is somewhat forged. I wanted it to look more almost orchestrated, so the writing is purposely crazed and paper crumpled, but conveniently not ripped. These clues came from the same place, so there is a reason why the potting and the soil are the same. I had a fun time inventing a flower that looked very similar to one of our Tangle Tower residents. Yeah. That's it. We're donezo. Oh shit, I'm an idiot. Yeah, I did click those. Cool. Sally was a tricky one to get right. She tends to understate her actions, but isn't above throwing in a little bit of pretentiousness. I like to think she's mocking how Grimoire indulges in theatrical gestures. I think the payoff is worth the effort though, as she's one of the characters whose animations I'm most pleased with. So did Jonathan do the animations, and then Adam did most of the design things? She's based on a fucking onigiri? Are you kidding me? Yeah, her eyes are always like 3/4 closed, or like 2/3 closed. So in every expression she has eyelids visible, even in like her shocked ones, I guess. Cool. Alright, are we out of here? I spent a while trying to find the right shape for Poppy's head and face. For some reason, the moment it began to work for me is when I gave her the little snake-like nose. Crucial aspect of her design is her single ear poking out. I think it gives her a little bit of much-needed humanity and vulnerability. Cool. I think we're out here. GG. Auf Wiedersehen. Thanks for watching if you watched literally like 7 hours of me playing this. Until the next one, which could be soon because this came out in 2021 and it's halfway through 2023. Until the next one, good night, auf Wiedersehen, au revoir, do svidania, sayonara, tschüss.